Oi, oi! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am late to stream because I was watching Silent Hill. I was like, there's no way I'm missing the end of this. Period. So thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Oh my God, it was so good. I cried. I cried again. I cried again. And no one was surprised. No one was surprised. Oh my Lord. I'm now imagining a playthrough of Silent Hill, but with no audio. Oh, that would be horrifying, I think. Or easier. I can't tell. It was really good because Brad had some observations that I found very unique and interesting. And I've watched a lot of people play Silent Hill, obviously, because it's like my favorite game. You know, I'll say, we talk about this all the time, but there's nothing worse than watching a streamer play your favorite game of all time and just be oblivious to everything, you know, where they're just like, yeah, and they're just talking right through the most important cutscene. I have never rage quit a stream fast enough than that, than being like, God damn it. This is only like, you're just going to skip through Angela's bit. Oh my God, I cannot watch Alan Wake 2 streams because of that. Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. So I get it. I get it. It hurts my heart when that happens. Yeah. Which I think is why, you know, relatable, absolutely relatable. But I think that's why when I'm playing, you know, games, I try, you know, like I have a cutscene screen where none of the alerts pop when we're watching a cutscene, because it's like, I'm giving it my full attention, man. I want to see what all the hubbub is about, you know, like I'm paying attention to all that stuff. So, okay. All right. I'm going to refill my, oh my God, Aqua. Thank you so much for 23. Hey, Yorman, how are you? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's been like a full week. Yorman, who are you? Yorman's just like, you know, gone through some serious therapy and made like a breakthrough, and we're all making fun of him. All right. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm going to shut the fuck up. That's on purpose because I said they got hacked. Either that or they genuinely have had like a serious breakthrough and we're just being dicks. Okay. Yep. I'm playing this. I'm refilling my beverage. Oh my God.
There's only one true monolith. No need to say we all know who it is. Just take it, yeah, take it, please take it. Just take it from me. We ain't got nothing when we're standing next to PB. There's only one true monolith. No need to say we all know who it is. Just take it, yeah, take it, please take it. Just take it from me. We ain't got nothing when we're standing next to PB.
Okay, I'm here.
Joyful yet so profound.
Still struggle with this opening. Oh God.
She's standing outside Starbucks, you will know that Karen's running her down. Like the oxygen around us, we'll need some pumpkin Mary around. And when it comes to telling stories we adore, I think PB takes the crown. There's only one true monolith. No need to say we all know who it is. Just take it, yeah, take it, please take it. Just take it from me. We ain't got nothing when we're standing next to PB. An American professor in Vietnam. PB is a 37-year-old man. PB didn't feel well. At least it wasn't deadly. What PB started to feel was prepared to spend
I can't pronounce that.
I have come to watch PB playing, but my tongue got caught in my teeth and I couldn't see what I was saying. When compared to Peeves, we are all pathetic. Wait, are you diabetic? Bow down, lay your sacrifices, open up the stream on all your devices of the monolith. The monolith. Who pledged your soul to the most empathetic? Wait, are you sure you're not diabetic? Monolith. Monolith.
Are you diabetic? Diabetic?
Oh my God. The secret meaning is simple. Frogs. Yeah, there's a couple of references in there. Also, hello. We've got a visitor. We've got a tiny visitor. How you doing, buddy? Anyway, happy Monday. My brain is fried. Like completely gone. Hey, Fizzle, how are ya? Oh my God, Fizzle, was anyone streaming and or recording the bomb that I dropped? Because I just fucking forgot. I forgot to record. I knew I wasn't going to stream it because I was like, I'm only going to be on to... I recorded it. Bless. Okay. Will you let me know? Thank you so much. DP. Every time I think of that, I think, DP actually, but it kind of makes sense because you're also the gift lord. Fizzle, will you let me know when you share that? If you share it, or if you are cool, if you don't plan on sharing it, do you mind sending it to me so that I can do a Meta Monday and just show it? Because I just completely fucking forgot. I'll cut you a copy. Okay, thank you. You can also stream it and then just drop it in our Meta channel if you want. It's such a short moment. It's fine. But it didn't occur to me until afterwards that it's a huge bomb and people are going to want to know what's going on in that regard. Oh, hi, honey. The intro actually has the release date of Half-Life 3 hidden in it. Oh, that was the other thing, Fizzle. Did I telegram you? I may have only telegrammed Clay because I was in the middle of logging out. But did you hear the thing that happened right when you guys went to bed? Unreal good. I don't think so. I may have only telegrammed Clay, assuming he would tell the rest of you. So then I won't say anything. But what I will tell you, what I will say is that I was in Strawberry and I was getting ready to, I wasn't back in yesterday. Yeah, I was getting ready to leave after all of the, I went to the wedding as Sparks and I was like, I have some information to give them about Ruby, but it just didn't make sense for her to give it at the wedding. Like she just wouldn't have done that. So I was like, okay, I will come back tomorrow to the market and I'll tell them there then. So I did that. And then, so I was getting ready to log out after that. And I ran into Zambi in the Strawberry office. And I recognized his voice. I was like, oh, this is fun. This is Zambi on a new character. And I was like, there's no fucking way this guy's a good guy. It's Zambi. So, I just I said hello a few times. Yep. Motherfucker. So I noticed this really weird thing for my brain specifically. I'm sure other people are like this too, but I noticed that this happens to me. I recognized his voice and I knew who he was, and my southern accent started to slip out. I've been playing Sparks for 2 hours by this point, and I was like, like trying really hard not to, just because I was used to that kind of association, I guess. Fucking weird. And I haven't done Iggy's southern accent in a long time, so that was weird. I think Zambi had a good guy for a while, yeah, but just the way that he was, I did the same thing with Sparks with Fancy That. Yeah, I struggled a little bit with her accent in the beginning just because it's been a while, a long time. But anyway, I recognized Zambi and I was like, what are the odds that this guy's a good guy? And anyway, I was like, all right, see you later. Because, Sparks always says hello or have a good day in a Telegram office. So I walk out and then, guys, I turn the corner to go log off, right? And there's someone sitting on the bench outside the bench by the cherry blossom tree in the back. The Japanese word came to my brain. In the back. So there was somebody sitting on the bench. I didn't know NPCs sat on that bench, dude. But either way, I walked up and I said, hey, do you mind if I sit down here for a minute? Because that's just where I was going to log out. And the guy stands up, puts a cigarette out and goes, I'm done with you. And I was like, oh, this is an NPC. And then he fucking punches me in the face. And I was like, wow. So I beat the shit out of this NPC, knock him out. And I carry him to the Strawberry office, medical office, where I run into Zambi and Ashen. Now, I know that Ashen, because I recognize her voice too, right? But also she was there earlier at the market. She was one of the ones that came up and was like, oh, we're looking for a medic. And then they ended up having this shootout and running away. So I know that it's the same person from the market, but I like to sometimes not recognize people on purpose, because it's a game, first of all. And second of all, I know her voice and I know her face, but Sparks would maybe potentially recognize her from earlier in the market, but also I kind of like to sometimes be like, she just didn't recognize her. So I did that. I was like, oh yeah. And Zambi's in there with Ashen and the two of them are talking to the medic. And I was like, oh, they up to something right now. They're about to do some shit. I can tell. I feel it in the air. And they were like, oh, you just beat the shit out of this guy? And I was like, yeah, well, he shouldn't have punched me in the face. And then I was like, I'm getting out of here so they can do whatever it is that they're going to do. And dirty criminal scum. Yeah, I fucking immediately left. And then on the walk back to logging, I also was going to log out. So I was like, all right, I'm done. But as I'm walking away, I was like, you know what would be fun is if Sparks remembered right now on the walk. You know how you do, well, you'll be doing something and then you'll be like, oh, fuck, I knew I recognized that person. So then I went and I put in a tip and the tip was just something crazy like, hey, for the blonde, I know who it is because it's Leah's character. It's Leah's sheriff character. But I've met the sheriff maybe twice on Sparks. I shouldn't say maybe twice because she was the lead on that one pronghorn thing that happened ages ago, but I couldn't remember her sheriff's name. So I was like, for the blonde sheriff that was at the market earlier today, that, the woman who was there looking for a medic, blah, 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 is in the Strawberry medical office. Just thought I should say something just in case, blah, 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 blah. I fucking walk out the building and Zelda is running up and down the street. And I'm like, are you all right? And she goes, Blanche with the thing. Somebody was just, oh, fuck. Sorry. I just met it. So sorry. Somebody was kidnapped from the fucking Strawberry medical office. And I was like, I fucking knew it, dude. I knew they were up to some shit, man. Oh, when isn't Blanche kidnapped? That was the thing. That was the joke for me too. I was like, oh God, I often wonder, is it because of the way that Blanche dresses and does it scream, I am civilian to be kidnapped? What is that about Blanche's character? Oh my God, guys, I have to tell you something else crazy, dude. I have to tell you something else fucking insane. So I'm there at the market, right? And I just like, Nora would enjoy being kidnapped too, I think. Yeah. We've lost PB to Wild RP again. No. I was logged in to deliver this bit of meta for them because, or not meta, this bit of lore. It's a bomb, drama bomb. But I was at the market, right, in order to do this. And Pronghorn is dealing with some drama as per usual. It's excellent. I love it. Where a gang is giving them a hard time. It's Rhodes all over again. And they were expecting a gang to come and fuck them up at the market. And so I get there and they're like, we're people down. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, okay, let me get my rifle, right? Like, Sparks isn't just going to be like, well, good luck. I do this thing where I'm like, obviously, if people who are actively playing at Pronghorn show up, I'm out, right? But if they don't have anyone, I'll let me get my rifle was kind of the thing I was doing. But I also Sparks isn't the type to walk around with a rifle strapped to her back at a civilian market. So I left it on my horse. Also, that just gives us, I don't know, that just brings the drama up a bit. If something happens, I have to find a way to get to my horse and get my rifle, which I think is fun. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, well, if you need me, let me know. So I'll stick around, and also I have this bomb to drop for them. So I'll do that. But I saw this sneaky motherfucker making loops outside the market, and I was like, who the fuck is this? So of course I do the Sparks thing of like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna do a loop around. And Sammy was like, oh no, I would prefer, if you stay here, which is totally in character. It's absolutely the thing. But like, if you're always walking in a group together and you never have a moment where you're not sticking together, then the criminals cannot play with you. Other people cannot play with you. So I was like, I will be fine. But also that's me as Sparks, right? I go around everywhere by myself because I'm by myself most of the time. And I've been fine this whole time. So I'm like, I'll be okay. Trust me. I can be very quick on my horse. I've outrun people trying to kidnap me and shit. So I'm good. So I'm like, I'll be fine. So I get on my fucking horse and I go to follow this motherfucker, right? And I'm like, I'm following them outside the Blackwater thing. Like they go down by the river and they go up and they start going really slow. And I'm like, this motherfucker pretending to be an NPC now. So I go past them and I go, coming up on your left. Sorry, look out. And I pass by them, but they don't say anything. And I was like, oh, okay. So now you're going to pretend to be an NPC? You little shit. I know you're a player. I get up on the fucking ridge. And I'm like, I'm watching him ride very slowly like an NPC kind of towards Strawberry. And then I see somebody in a white shirt riding up real fast. And so I stop them and I'm like, I'm lying because this is what Sparks will do just to kind of get information. I'm like, you didn't happen to hear any gunshots, did you? Like coming from your direction? No, I didn't. Okay. All right. And then as we're talking, I see the motherfucking NPC start to turn around. The guy who's not an NPC turn around. And then like 10 horses crest the fucking Strawberry Hill and come riding down. And I'm just like, that is, you wouldn't know this in the world, I don't think, because it's rules meta, right? Which is like, that's too many people to be riding around in a group. So the only answer is that it's law chasing someone. But I don't think that in the world of the game, because it's not like there's the rules of God saying only 6 people can ever ride together. That's the rules of the server. So I was like, holy shit. So as Sparks, I was like, this could potentially be the gang that they were worried about coming to fuck them up. So I just immediately was like, gotta go, left and fired 3 shots in the air to get their attention at the market, and was like, and I ran in and, to whatever. But after I logged out, after I logged out, Trench sent me a message and was like, you narrowly avoided disaster earlier. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And I think like I said, like, oh my God, I know they like crested the hill. And he's like, that's not what I was talking about. And I was like, you are the motherfucker on the horse. You baited me out of the fucking market. Oh, and then I was so mad that I didn't keep following him. Because I know he was probably playing the guy from, I don't want to say his name, but I know he's playing the guy that was hunting Ruby down. So like him grabbing Sparks would have been crazy for the Pronghorn people, right? And so now I have to be like, do I recognize him? And I'm going to roll for it. But I want it to be, if I do recognize him, I want it to be a couple of days where I'm like, you know what? This guy looked for, I might just be like, there was a guy, he looked really fucking familiar at the market. He watched and then left and I can't place him. But also, wouldn't Sparks be like, I'm burning the man into my fucking memory who came to Pronghorn and caused Ruby to run away? You know, it's like one of those things of, yeah, I just don't, but also I want to give, you know, like, I think recognizing him at least on a little level gives some fire to both Pronghorn and Trench. Pacing, yeah, exactly. So I think I'll have it be like a couple of days and I'll be like, hey, there was something off about, and all this, you know, the gang riding over made me forget it, but I did recognize that guy. I'm not sure from where. And then maybe a couple days after that, I'll be like, I fucking remember now. I remember, motherfucker. Bastards. Anyway, I had a great time on Saturday. But I'm so mad Trench didn't get to kidnap me. I've never really been kidnapped as Sparks, man. That would have been so cool. Have I been kidnapped ever? Hold on. I have to think about this for a second. I don't think I have. Oh, yes, I have, as Iggy. By the, twice as Iggy, right? By the Summers gang. And Rufus gave her drugs. Sparks kidnapped, yes. Weren't you tortured at some point? Not Sparks. Nope. Was Sparks kidnapped, April? When? I can't recall. Pronghorn needs to talk about Sparks about a few things. We just need to think of it, yeah. Hold on one second. I have to reply to this DM immediately. Okay. Yes, railroad thing, no bridges, Jody. Oh, yes, I guess I don't really count that. But you are correct. You are correct. That's the only time. That was like the time that I got into Wild. Which was when, yeah, you're absolutely correct. At the very beginning of everything, she was just, I think people thought I was, I don't know. I will never get answers for that, and it drives me fucking mad, dude. Right? So, on the one hand, I'm like, oh, people must have been mistaking me for, oh my God, I can't remember her name. One of my favorite characters. Help me. Redhead. Mansion. Tank Girl's character. What the fuck was her name? Jesus. Brain rot. Post-GM brain rot is my only excuse for that. Anyway. Effie, thank you. I had a character named Effie, for God's sakes. So Effie, I think people were confusing me with Effie May or something, and they grabbed me. But that theory doesn't hold up because they typed sign language. I know her. So it's someone I knew. It's like fucking Dallas or like Someone I actually knew, or unless they thought it wasn't me, unless they thought I was someone else entirely, which is totally fine. But man, that was one of the coolest things that's ever fucking happened, man. And I know that they don't allow sign language anymore on the server, which makes total sense because it is like it's a VoIP. But the way that they did that was incredible. Like if that's how you were to do sign language in game, that's how you do it. Oh my God, it was so good. You know? And they did it so that me as a player could see it and see what was going on and engage and be like, kind of give permission in game as to what was happening. But oh my God. But yeah, I never found out who that fucking was. But I think so I talked to some of the Jesus, what were their names? Houston, the Greys. I talked to some of the Greys because I almost murdered that Grey in the tent. Didn't Jody know who it was? Nope. He thought it was the Greys as well. We were convinced it was the Greys for a while. But I talked to, I think the person who played Houston or someone, and out of game many, many years later. And they were like, no, it wasn't me. And I was like, God damn, dude, like who the fuck was that? It has to be that they mistook me for someone else, but I was knocked out, so I didn't speak. So maybe they didn't hear me and they just didn't want to reveal their voice. I don't know. I thought about it long and hard, man. That was such a cool thing. And that's what got me addicted to Wild RP. That whole fucking thing. That's also why I started streaming Wild. Because before, I didn't do that. Before, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just play on my off time and not record and not stream or anything. So yeah, it was Wild. So yeah. Anyway, I had a good time, and I am very, very keen. I'm very keen to do some, what? We have some footage from when Pronghorn was on the run that you might enjoy. Shadowman in Roanoke. Yes. What? Yes. I am very keen to maybe do some Alder stuff. But again, that relies on there being a mystery for me to solve, Like I said the other day, I can go in and I can create the mysteries and rope people in, and because that's what I used to do with Alder, is I would just be like, all right, well, I'm going to create a mystery and, pretend to be like I'm solving it here, but I'm a quest giver, right? I'm roping in other people to come and do it, to solve it. And I really kind of secretly pass it off to them to solve it. I'm like, I don't know what it could be. And then they're like, maybe it's this, and whatever. Which I can definitely do that. But I got so into some of the mysteries that Alder was working on, like so fucking into them. You had plenty of telegrams, but some of them were pretty old, to be fair. Yeah, I read through all of them, by the way. I checked them all. I replied to the ones that were relevant. But yeah, I just got the one that I was so into, and then it just hit a dead end. I was so bummed about it, man. It it was like a puzzle that it's a puzzle I'll never solve. I'll never get closure on. And I just don't I understand that it's improv, and certainly there aren't too many people. Do you want to know who it was about? What do you mean? What was about? You know? What do you mean? I'm gonna slap you. What do you mean you know? You've known this whole time? How dare you? How dare you? Yes. Was it about the Star City? The one with our two weird friends? Yes! Yes, please! Oh my God! You're at work, so you can't call me. Oh my God! Top 10 anime betrayals right now, y'all. Listen. Was it the Star City dude? I will fucking shit my pants. What? I cannot. Okay. Call me. I swear to God. This is the craziest fucking thing. Hold on. Let me explain to chat so they understand why I'm freaking the fuck out right now. Oh my my God. Oh my God. Okay. Back up. We need closure, number one. And number two, the craziest thing about this fucking puzzle, guys, like it was so smart, this puzzle. The way that like these two characters, okay, so let me explain. You had two characters that looked like and acted like homeless men that had they're vagrants, right? And they were rambling. And I think the first time you encounter them, you think like, I think the standard was to think, oh, these are just people playing Mimi characters, you know, Valentine characters. I'm sorry. I know that's the shtick, but you know, you're like, oh, okay, these are Mimi characters. But I swear to God, does anybody have the clip of the moment when I think it was Seder in Blackwater where they're rambling, and I went, oh my God, this isn't, they're speaking in a language. They're speaking in code, bro. It was, oh my God. It just like lit my brain on fire. Like I've never felt so ignited before on fucking Wild RP, man. It was some of the craziest shit I've ever seen. And it was both of them, right? So the first guy is rambling and he's talking about like, you know, my eye, and he ate my eye, and the paper that moves, the paper that moves the words or whatever. And he's talking about telegrams, bro. Oh, I was just like, oh my God. I was just fucking lit up. Okay. I was like, I am mentally I'm brain horny, dude. I was like, this is excellent. I am engaged. This is a puzzle. I'm going to fucking solve it. I took all the fucking notes. I was like, but then it was scheduling, right? And I never saw them again. However, the whole thing was like, do I have my notes, man? Hold on. I fucking took notes on this, man. I took screenshots of every single telegram. I was full on like, oh, you want to give me a mystery? I'll solve it. I'll play the game that you have provided. And I roped Meyer into it too. Because he, on Crispin of all characters, man. And he's just like, we were both in, man. And we're like, what about this? And it could mean this, and it could mean that. And it was like a legit detective thing, guys. Like, I felt like I had been given a gift that was written specifically for me. It wasn't, but like, oh my God. But in these series of telegrams, they tell this story, but it's like it's like a warped mythology scenario that you then have to translate into Wild RP. Okay. And they're using things like, places to describe people and things. And like, as we're getting these telegrams and we're starting to unravel this, we realize this is talking about a corrupt lawman. And we're like, no fucking way. And then Meyer randomly messages me and goes, bro, Star City, do you remember when you were playing Sparks in Rhodes? Wasn't there a fucking deputy who said he was from Star City? And I was like, yes, but I don't know who that is. And so I was like, I can't fucking remember. And he sent me a screenshot of him asking Leah, do you remember that? Do you remember that deputy in Rhodes? What was his name? And she was like, or who killed the woman who used to run the store in Rhodes? There was this huge reveal that the woman, the lady, what the fuck was her name? It starts with an M. I don't know. It's how Sparks got the store. This woman was murdered, dragged through the streets, and it was revealed that it was like some fucking deputy. I don't even have to drag this out. She's doing it for me. Well, I'm explaining why this is so crazy. So it's like this deputy. And so he shows me a screenshot. Miss Mortania, yes. He shows me a screenshot of him messaging Leah and being like, hey, do you remember like way back when like Miss Mortania and she got murdered? Do you remember like who that was? Like, and she replies without knowing anything that's going on in this fucking storyline. She replies, Star City, dude. I can't remember his name. And Meyer and I are like, oh, like we have the full fucking backseat gamer emoji on where we're like, but our characters don't know any of this. So, but we were like slowly poking around, asking like, are there any active, like I think the furthest we got was, are there any active, we did end up getting directed to Rhodes, and we ended up asking if there were any deputies, which would not be deputies anymore. They got promoted. So we're like, are there any, sheriffs or maybe deputy marshals that were around around this time that we could ask some questions about this thing? And I was sitting there with my fingers crossed, like, please, somebody just fucking remember who this is, because it was such a cool mystery. It was such a cool mystery. Okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready. Closure. Hello?
Yeah, hello. Do I sound all right?
Yes.
Okay. So interesting. I mean, we do have notes. We have our old dumb file too.
Yeah.
So Star City is correct. That was correct. Now, the thing is, you know more about Star City shit than you realize.
Oh my God.
Because possibly, do you remember everyone had names as like Achilles and all
Yes.
this stuff?
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if which one was which. We can always ask, but there was a character, a horrible, villainous torturer who went after someone very close to two of my other characters
Oh my God.
until she wound up killing him. And that would be that guy, Curtis Cunningham, is the one who cut up Panda's lawman as well,
Oh
because
shit.
he was going after Georgie.
Oh my God. Okay.
He was in the Star City gang. So I believe he
was
might
a
be
gang?
Achilles. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that was the whole story, right? It was this one left and this, that, and the other, like,
Oh.
and it was Patroclus and
he's
Achilles and
the-
all this.
So he's the deputy that was in the Star City gang, and then wait, hold on.
No.
Shut up.
Let
Shut
me
up.
straighten out the deputy
Okay.
for you.
Wait. No, wait. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say a fucking word. Let me just think this through for a second. Because I'm now starting to remember, maybe it's not was it a deputy who was in a gang and then they fucking left the gang and became a deputy? So it's not that
That
they're
is
from,
correct.
Yeah, it's not that they're from Star City, the place. They're from Star City, the gang. Now hold on, because
Well, the gang was in Star City, yeah.
Hold on. I do think I know who this is then. Hold on. Oh God. Wait. There's multiple. No way, is it? No. Hold on.
You're going to lose your
I'm going to
mind.
lose my fucking mind. Hold on. Cash was never previously in a gang, right? He's
No,
always been a
no.
fucking lawman. Okay. It's someone good like that though, right? It's a good guy. Now.
Yeah, and if you remember,
Oh my
There
God.
was-
I'm going to
there
lose
was
my
something
shit.
there was something about them being high ranking.
Yeah. They're like a fucking deputy marshal now or some shit, right? Okay. Just tell me
There
who
are
it is.
only very few deputy marshals.
I know. Ortega?
You got it, it's Tank.
Oh my God! I reached out to Ortega! He would have killed us! Oh my God! Oh my God! He's the motherfucker I telegrammed because McGregor was like,
He wouldn't have killed us. He's not a bad guy now or anything.
I mean, but like, oh my God, the
I think
reveal
it's
that he was
well-
up to some shit, man. Oh my
Well,
God!
see, here's the
Could
thing,
you
though.
imagine if Tank fucking attacked us?
No, here's the thing. But the cool
To hide
thing
the
about
truth.
this,
Uh-huh.
the cool thing about this is that a lot of this stuff had a ton of things play out on the server already.
Yeah.
So before everybody, the Rhodes
Holy
crew was
fuck,
there.
man.
There was a whole fucking thing where the gang came back to fuck up Ortega,
Oh,
and
my
they
God.
that's when they were kidnapping. It wasn't just Georgie; it was some other deputy too, because Georgie was a deputy at the time,
holy
and
fuck.
that's when he tortured. Like the amount of torture that he put her through is crazy.
Well, so
Like
but the
beating her with
torturer
a
is
clock,
named.
so she hears clock thing.
So wait. The torturer's named in the telegram, right?
This Curtis is the torturer. He's the same guy that came back. Yeah. Yeah. So this had happened like years and years ago. This gang, a bunch of people came back as the Star City gang, kidnapped a bunch of people for a while, and were running around and all this. And Ortega, like, you know, the law sorted it all out.
Huh?
And then what happened after that is Curtis came back going for Georgie and fucking with her, and that
Yeah.
was the whole thing with Hart.
Oh my God.
And,
Which I
was
heard
running around,
about
but
on
it-
Sparks because Hart told me that.
Yeah, Curtis took him and cut
Yeah.
his face up.
Yeah, and I heard
Yep.
about Georgie on Sparks too. Like he was like, because
Mhm.
he had feelings for her or something like that.
Oglethorpe was, yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah,
too,
yeah. That was like
that
one
was
of the
whole
first
thing, and then she
scenes
wound
I
up
had on Sparks.
shooting him
where-
in the desert.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
wound
yeah,
up a whole
yeah.
thing where she got him in the desert and killed him. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that I won't forget that scene either because that was very shortly after I had been, you know, that whole like kidnap and torture shit happened to Sparks and got me addicted to Wild. That was one of the first scenes I had after that. And it was just such good RP. It was one of the first scenes I showed on my stream where I was like, you guys, this is crazy. You know, this kind of level of RP in a, you know, in an improv server like this. Yeah, I will not forget that because Pandas did such a good job with that scene. It was unreal. Oh,
But a lot of this
my
is
God.
the brain power and the talent of Sater and Krungman, who was the other guy too. I forget their names, but they were. But Sater is just off the fucking charts with this. But that's all. They were involved in it before because they played Curtis Cunningham. So they, you know, was all this kind of actual history set that they had for backstories and Tank's backstory and stuff like that. But yeah, messaging Ortega was the exact thing to do, except he just doesn't get on very much, or else.
well, because I think like I never heard back.
You were very, very close. You and Kristen. It was so funny because you gave me. It was, you know, when we got it, you gave it to me, and I'm listening to this, and then I went, hold on a second, and I messaged B, who plays
Uh-huh.
Georgie, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, this is about this stuff, right? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, I can't take this case.
Yeah, so that
I just
explains
knew it,
why
and
you were
then-
just kind of like, you should take
I
this,
didn't
Alder,
really
and
say
you take
much.
the lead. Yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
say much at all, and I was like,
Because it's not-
I'm
they were
either
just-
way
they were doing-
wrong or you just don't find it very interesting. But I was like, this is the fucking best case I've ever encountered. This is like a real
and it was
case,
based
man.
on actual stuff that had
Yes,
happened there
and
too.
that
So
I
there
loved
were
because
a few people who would know about it that are left.
yeah, like, but that was it. That was the juice, and that's why I was like, like the whole case put me on fire because I was like, dude, we're lore keepers. We should be investigating these old cold cases like this, where what we uncover is stuff that actually happened on the server and real lore about people who played years and years ago, and like that's so cool, man.
Yeah,
Give me that
that's why it was
shit
exciting.
forever. You know, that was nuts. I am literally DMing Meyer right now. I apologize, but like I have to just tell him.
I will say too, the guy that killed Miss Mauritania, I think he was doing stuff to try to find out who killed Curtis.
Oh my God. So wait, then I have a quick question. And also an ad break is starting in 56 seconds. So maybe I'll ask the question, then you don't answer for a full goddamn minute.
Okay.
But I want to know who they were. Were they previously in Star City? The gang? The two? Or were
They said they were.
witnesses,
I don't
or-
know how. I will say I don't know how organized and planned out that was, or
Yeah.
if it was someone that just said they were to jump on and like try to get some RP going. I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, I mean
'Cause I
Sater
don't think
and
anything came from it, but he did say he was from Star City because it was hey, someone killed Curtis, who is in that gang, and I want to know who it was.
yeah. Holy shit, man. Holy shit, man. Could you well, so wait a second. If we actually found out, don't answer.
Did the
yet.
ad break start?
Not yet. It's 15 seconds.
That's it. Sorry, Sam.
But I'm just wondering if they found out that it was Georgie. I wonder what they would have done. Oh my God. Oh, thank
We
you
would
so
kill
much.
her. Or try to.
Now the ad's going.
In the middle of your scream.
Yes, probably. Perfectly cut scream.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so good, man. That's so good. Oh, that puzzle lit me up.
Yeah, plus it was really good. I mean, they presented it in maybe the most incredible way I've seen, like of anything on the
Mhm,
server.
mhm.
It was so just like mind blowing.
Yeah.
You got to find that. We got to find that clip.
Yeah,
of,
we gotta. I'm looking for it right now. Here, hold on.
Sater's voice is insane.
It's
Do you remember when
just
Sater
unreal.
agreed to be hunted through the jungle
Yes. Thank you, Sater.
and wrote a
Um,
whole book?
Yep. a whole
in like 2 hours. I was
fucking-
like, I have been kept here for 2 weeks in this cage, and I wrote a book.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, Sater, who plays this character, I'm gonna try to find the clip here. Also played the person that, and this is mild meta. It happened a long time ago, so it's probably dead, as in no one's gonna know that it happened. But Sater agreed to play somebody that was captured as like a
They'd killed a guard
Toy?
on Guarma.
yeah, they had killed a guard on Guarma, and then we Delilah had JJ and fucking Coop's nephew.
Clive.
I can't believe that. Every once in a while I remember, oh yeah, that's the guy Nora used to play D&D with in the basement.
The deathmatch champion of
Yeah,
Guarma.
Yeah. So anyway, Delilah had JJ and Clive hunt him down in the jungle and kill him. And that was a whole fucking thing. And Sater was like, yeah, not only will I do this, but I will make crazy lore and a puzzle for you to solve, sort of, too. Like, who was this person? A fucking nuts.
And
Incredible.
And also in line with how awesome and ridiculous Sater is, at the end of this book that they wrote, they reveal that this character, in fact, was not French. They were French.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing.
Okay, so we want highlights.
Patch, yes.
Collections.
That's another great clip that from Tessara. It was before the death match, right? And she's meeting the guy that is fighting, that could possibly kill her love interest, and he comes out in his fucking tuxedo with an eye patch on, calling himself Patch, and she starts screaming, laughing. It was the funniest thing.
Okay, I'm
His
looking
Wolverine and
at
Madripoor look.
I'm looking at these. Oh no, they're not labeled. It's just episode numbers. Oh fuck. I'm gonna have to go back and label these because I'll never find anything ever. Fuck.
Yeah, we'll find it.
I'm looking
but-
now. Hold on. I have to now. I have to.
That's right.
It's early on, right? I know Jim Salami's there.
Yeah, we start out in Saint Denis on the docks where
Yep.
we run into the one guy. What was his name?
So let me think.
Ket?
Let me
Kep?
think
Kef?
this
What was his name?
through. So the first bit of Alder starts with, "Are you dead? I don't know if you're dead," right? Delaney and the ghost. And then it's probably around episode 4 where we run into them on the docks.
Yeah, but we had received a couple messages from him at this point, and this is the first time meeting the other one.
Yeah, okay. So I'm on episode 3 and Soft appears. And I'm pretty sure we had this case before Soft, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, okay.
This was definitely not before the third episode.
Bro,
though.
that fucking reveal.
I mean, some of these days were so
Dude.
long.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, it was crazy good. Crazy
Yes.
good. Look at our
Ortega,
office.
Curtis Cunningham. We were very close. Had the tank logged on Ortega and looked at that telegram,
we would have been-
the doors would have flung open. Yeah.
Oh man,
And
we were so
Even
close.
though I don't remember the full story of everything, so to go back through the notes and to find all that stuff. But maybe one day
Okay.
he will log in and answer you, and
have-
then you just have a chat and he will reveal it,
I have
and then you'll go,
the-
"God damn it! Why did Trench tell me this?"
No, that's fine. That's fine. I really wanted closure. I have right here, this is episode 4, and I have a telegram from Roth. Him, Achilles, he who cuts the webbing twixt your toes, aka the torturer, aka Curtis, right?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that's
Oh my
actual stuff
God!
he did to people
yeah,
too.
Yeah. So that was the thing. And this is
You know,
why
I don't
like Meyer
remember-
playing Crispin was so crucial to this puzzle, because he reported on some of this shit. He's been around since Alder was made. Like, I remember running into him on Alder back when I, first was, and I just like, so he's been around for so
Yeah,
long. He
so-
has a lot of this information. Oh, it was so
So
good.
when they first came to get revenge or whatever they were getting on Ortega,
Mhm.
they took Georgie and they took, I don't remember her character's name, and I'm going to be upset when I remember it later, but it's Sneaky Shadow plays Isabella in that group,
Yes.
the French
Yes.
Cherie. It was
Yeah,
her lawman.
Bella.
The two of them got kidnapped by Curtis, and like any of the stuff he wrote in that is stuff that actually happened to one of them.
I cannot.
Yeah.
Holy
Like that was real
shit.
stuff.
It must be episode 2 because I already have the telegram in episode 4. What the fuck?
Yeah, but that wasn't the first time running. I think we had a bunch of telegrams already from him at that point, hadn't we?
I don't think so because he
Oh,
doesn't.
maybe, I don't know.
He's not able to telegram me until we solve the paper that moves the paper, the words that move the paper. Telegram number. He was asking me for his telegram number.
Because I had heard about them for a while.
Yeah.
Like I had heard about 2 weird guys.
Yes, because you told us that. You were like, yeah, there were 2 guys running around, one with a missing eye. Here's the other crazy thing about the fucking Alder shit, man, is that the number of weird kismet shit that happened because it's like it was just randomly in our face. Like the fact that I was like, oh, this must mean something. And then someone would be like, yeah, they're missing. One of them's missing an eye. And we're like, we just said that was important. So we have to follow this case. It was just like a series of
and I had
crazy coincidences.
I had heard about that. I don't remember why, but I just started talking to 2 people in Strawberry.
Yeah.
And something happened, and then I go, yeah, well, I'm with Dumb, and if you see anything weird, and they're like, yeah, I saw these 2 guys walking from Strawberry towards Blackwater, and one of them, and just randomly told me about that, and it turned out to be them.
Yeah.
But that's part of it too, is when people are doing stuff and they're on and they're going out and active on the server, people run into you. So then the word spreads. It's really the way to do it. They were really cool about that.
Fuck, man. Holy shit. Thank you for that gift. Unreal.
I forgot because I was dying for you guys to figure it out because you were going to freak because it's people you know and it's a thing that happened and there is light. You would have been like, what?
Yeah, I
even was,
because I didn't put the Star City thing together because I was like, I did the thing that everyone falls into the trap of on the server, which is, oh, they must be talking about something that happened off server, right? But then when Meyer was like, yo, there's a guy who used to say that he was from Star City, it fucking lit. I was like, what? You're right. Yeah, and then it just fucking unlocked the memory for me. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So I was trying to think because this stuff happened so long ago. There's just a few people who, even some of these things would have set something off. Obviously, Ortega and Georgie, who are around, sparingly around and stuff like that. Had we run into them, and for some reason it came. I mean, if it ran into Georgie, I don't know how the fuck it would come up. One or 2 of my characters, which couldn't have been, which wouldn't have happened, and that's about it. Maybe a couple others if they were still around. I don't know any really old lawmen that were still around that would have known or.
Oh, that's so cool.
There's an elusive Fallon that has been around for a long time that might have known. There's it's a short list.
The thing is like
cool.
One of the other issues you run into is sometimes, people will kind of shut that down, being like, I don't even know if they're in the crossing anymore. And it's like, okay, well, at least give me their telegram, at least let me try. It might be a dead end, but it's not. Like, I know people have done that about Sparks, and I'm like, she is not still in the crossing, but telegrams exist, and occasionally I'll log on and check. So, please just let people send her them, and then, some kind of cool shit happens. If she doesn't reply, that's still RP, But when you are like, they're not even in the crossing anymore, it's just like a huge block. Like, I can't do anything with that, really, rather than, just letting me attempt.
Say, as far as looking for this VOD, remember, it wasn't 4th of July, we were looking at fireworks and talking about this on a boat?
Maybe.
Because I remember we were on a boat going over this and doing drugs.
Yep. Yep.
But I think we were talking about it, so it's probably before the 4th of July or around there.
Yeah.
But I can look. I can look.
But I don't see anything. But I am missing our office. Oh my God. And Delaney's gone too. Oh, this dumb shit was excellent. Unreal.
This is your gift for putting me in such a cool game that you GM, especially in particular yesterday.
Oh my God.
I mean, I would have told you regardless, but I'm going to use it as that.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so good.
That was a really fun time yesterday. And the fact that we left off in the middle of a fight when someone is powering up is
Going Super Saiyan.
it's a very big Dragon Ball Z moment where
Yeah.
we're gonna have a seven episode
7
fight.
episodes of powering up, and then one shot, and then
Yeah,
they're all
get ready,
dead.
Zambi. The next one is just Gunner screaming as he gets stronger.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was so good. I genuinely I think maybe Drac. I think maybe sorry, just answering that question. Esteban's power level is over 9,000. Yeah, I think I'm just genuinely excited to see what you all do with this idea of like I have this knowledge of what my power is like, and this is just me talking. This isn't the GM aspect. This is just me going like, if I was told that I was from a fucking tabletop RPG book and I read through that book and I read about the clan and I read about the powers and the abilities, I would be like, this is bullshit. You know, like, oh, okay, so what? Because they wrote it, I do it? Well, then what does that mean? I can do whatever the fuck I want, right?
Oh, that's you can't tell me what to do to the
Yeah.
max. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, but I want to know what happens when you guys are like, what you do in the exploration of your abilities now that you're here in this
Yeah.
place. So
Also,
yeah.
Since I'm here and
Mhm.
I have your audience, let me tell you guys a feeling that I experienced. I think I probably had it I've had it a couple times this game, but playing in this PB game, when you're doing something and then she goes, okay, roll for me. And I'm like, wait, I didn't do anything that should require a roll. What the fuck am I rolling for? Why is she doing this? And then your head goes spinning, spinning down a spiral staircase. Like, what is happening right here? It happened. Well, I did know one time early on in the prologue when I rolled to feel somebody waking up, and I flunked that. So that was. But then yesterday, I mean, I have theories now, but I'm staring in the mirror. I'm looking in the mirror at my messed up reflection. I'm a vampire, and that's my curse, is that I can't see myself as handsome as I make my fake character to be. And you go, okay, roll for me, and I'm like, what the fuck is the mirror? Would I have gotten grabbed? Would I've seen myself? Would I've seen horns? Would I've seen it? But it's like, what is going on? What is going on? And it's awesome. It is really awesome.
That pleases me. That pleases me greatly. I think there are, I think there are several systems out there where the GM can call for a roll during stuff like that. But I do quite enjoy, especially in this situation where your characters are on the verge of, and maybe this is my shtick, I think. I'm now realizing, we joke that like, oh, PB does time travel and PB does like echoing voices and stuff like that. But I think at the core of my being, I have a very religious trauma where I learned that the rules that were provided to me were not actually the rules. And it's,
wow.
Don't tell me what to do. So that is in almost every game I've ever run, where it's like, oh, this is what you're told and how it works. No, that's not actually how it works. Right? What isn't that in?
Yeah.
It's in Nocturne. It's in Gone. It's in Kingmakers, obviously. It's sort of in Cerebrum, but not quite in that way. But I think that's at the core of what I run. Is this idea of like at any time we joke it's jumping the shark, but it's at any time the rules, you will realize that the rules don't apply to you. That boundary that you've been put in is not actually a boundary. And I think particularly in this game, it's extra interesting because you guys built characters within a boundary box. And now you are here in this other world where they're basically like, here is your boundary, and it's literally in a book. So what do you do with that information? Do you go, do I stick to that boundary, or do I try to explore outside of those bounds now that I am basically in a place that has boundaries, but I don't know what they are yet? Right? Which is like a key element to Magic in PBU
Well,
too.
that's what it is.
Right?
It's then
Yeah. Like
setting the boundaries then once they have the freedom to push beyond them.
Yeah. Like,
So they're not just, gods and stuff. Yeah.
I'm also a little terrified for you guys to like right now is the sweet spot technically for your characters where you don't know what the rules are. So you can do a lot more than I think you'll be able to do if you were to know the rules of the rabbit, or if you were to know the rules of magic, or if someone were to say to you, yeah, this is how it works. And you went,
Yeah.
oh, okay. And then you immediately put yourself in that boundary box because somebody told you and you believed them, right? So, but now where you don't know what the rules are, you just try things and then things happen, right? And then you break the rules, right? They never did actually check the rules of the rabbit, did they?
We did
No.
on the inside
On
rules
the inside,
yesterday.
but not the outside. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think only one person saw the rules, and I think it was Cora. So she's the only one that is being like super held accountable for what happened in there.
Well, no, I mean, you said we all read them in the language,
Yep.
right? But so, yeah, and I was saying this yesterday afterwards that, I mean, you had that 100 roll,
Mhm.
and
I rolled
when we were leaving
99.
it, 99,
Yeah,
that's it. And then
yeah.
it disappeared. And then afterwards, I was like, oh man, like, I don't know if we're ever going to fucking see it again in this campaign because of
Yeah.
what happened. But if we do, like, what is it like to be a revenant in Revenant Hours? Like, what is that? Who the fucking
Mhm.
vampires do we meet? What if we see somebody we know from our reality in there?
Yeah,
Like, it's the
yeah.
craziest thing.
Yeah. The other interesting thing too about it is that Cora sort of got confirmation that there was some weight to what Bug was saying, right? By seeing what was in that mage's mind, right? She saw another reality, another world where, mages rule things. And so she gets to walk away from that and go, okay, wait, maybe there is something, not again, very clear, not saying that you are from a fictional world. Maybe it's a case of somebody, and Bug said this in a previous episode, so I'm just repeating this before anybody freaks out and takes this to the Discord, or that's fine too.
Correct.
But Bug said, what if your world is a real world, but someone just dreamt it, or somebody got an idea that it was, and then wrote it down, or what if the vampires here just write it as a role-playing game and allow themselves to be seen that way so that people don't recognize that they're real, or whatever the case may be. Maybe this world is a fictional book in VTM. We don't know. So I think that's pretty fascinating too. It's the Matrix. Everything I do is a variation
Can I
of the
say
Matrix.
another thing about rolling
my
in your
religious
game
trauma.
too? That's
Yes.
cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is that because I have some insight on the system, is that especially for us now, but it is if you're playing normally as a human person who is potentially tapping into magical shit. If you roll low enough, then it's like, okay, the book is open. How would you like to do this in the coolest magical way you can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't imagine I get to do much for the rest of this fight, considering that Ishna is just about to go. What was it? An 11 was rolled, and Ishna has been called upon.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoilers.
Yeah,
But,
that's fine.
Watch the goddamn show.
Yeah.
So anyway, but like if I were to just to say, hey, if I was like, I'm gonna physically run over there and attack, right?
Yeah.
And then I rolled like a 2 or a 1.
Mhm.
Then it's like, okay, it's like, well, guess what? I'm gonna pick up Sleeping Greg, and I'm gonna cover him in shadows.
Well, I think
and
Greg
I'm
is
gonna run
back
over
next
there
week,
and club him with
so
him.
he'll be able to get up
yeah.
and be involved in the fight. Thank God, because it makes no sense that he's like, the only thing that could have taken him out is a crazy crit, which is, I'm just assuming that's what happened. They critted, they caught him unprepared and pushed him up against the fucking car, but now he's going to be able to get up and fight, which I love. Yeah.
Plus, it was we felt it too, but the energy when we left because of what was happening, or what happened that we didn't know about, was like really weird. So I imagine Fen has some sense that something is off, right? About what they were saying and things like that. And then we're talking about, what are we doing here? Do we want to go back? What do we do? And then all of a sudden, kaboom.
Yeah, I think I'm super interested in what Fen says after all of this. That's a lot. That's a lot to digest, especially because Fen just had another reveal, right? And then it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. what I'm going to say something that is, borderline system-ish spoilers, but I don't think so, because I think if you've, watched Kingmakers, or if I talked about this in Kingmakers too, but the idea that if you are casting in one particular way, Eru says this a lot. He's like, if you box yourself in and you rely on this thing, then you start to be unable to do it any other way. He kind of hints at that. So it's like, for me, I'm super interested in, Korra rolled 11 doubles. She gets to wield this, she gets to basically essentially wield Ishna, but like, the more she does that and the more doubles she rolls and the more critical successes she rolls, the more entangled with that power she's going to become, and she's not going to be able to cast without him, like it's a very dangerous game she's playing, and I love it. Obviously that's the shit that I love, but like, I'm super intrigued by just how quickly she was like, yeah, come on board for the power, and how she plays that. Yeah, I'm just like,
it's definitely, we got hit real hard, and she's like, even though I have just unlocked, perhaps that I'm charged up with some power from the realm of mages. This is fucked up, and they're sending people flying around. I there's no time to fuck around.
I think. And again, this is just from me watching her, the way that she's been playing Korra. This isn't any insider information, but I think there's a little bit of her too that was just waiting for an excuse. Like she's like, shit's hitting the fan. Okay, let's see what you can do. I think she's more curious than she is desperate. And I fucking love that. She's such an interesting character, dude.
There's such a chill darkness.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. And
about her. Yeah.
I said this either in the green room or, after the stream was over, one or the other or both. But I am so glad she did that in the rabbit, because the Lucky Rabbit is like such this precious neutral ground, and fucking revenants are scary. They're supposed to be dangerous and deadly. And the fact that she did that in the rabbit just proves the point. It validates my lore, and she didn't even know my lore, like it's so good. Like, that's how I would have written it, right? If it was a novel. So good. So good. I'm so happy.
Yes. So I just needed to celebrate that. And I'm glad you got to hear the end to a mystery that you were undoubtedly going to solve had people been on, and it continued. So
thank you.
You're on the right track.
Yeah, dude, just to hear that it was correct fucking makes me so happy. Holy shit, yes. You were right, man. And I just want to know what that conversation with Ortega would have been like, man. Fuck.
Yeah, you never know. He could still log on one day and see it, and you get a conversation.
Now I just want to log in and check my telegrams. Not doing that. That's dangerous. Yeah, that's dangerous. I'm not doing that. That's how I get grabbed.
All right.
Or something crazy.
Again, thank you for yesterday. That was the most fun.
Okay, bye.
I'm slowly hanging up because I'm on my phone.
Oh, I get that with Korra too. She wants to know as much as anything. Yeah, she's incredibly curious, and I love that about her character. And she kind of has more information than most people right now, but she's also finding ways to share that. I also love that Constantine made the decision not to tell the group. Like, this is the juice, man. This is the juice in the RP, where it's like, they don't know this thing, and they're hiding it from the rest of the group, and this is exciting. This is it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. How many 8-hour sessions started with, let me just check my telegrams? Exactly, right? Like, it's too dangerous. Don't do it. Do not do it. My God, you guys, I was so brain dead today. I woke up and I was like, like, I don't even know if I can stream. We'll do some No Man's Sky or something like that, because I find that very relaxing. But yes, I agree, Zambi. Yeah. I'm done. I'm dumb. Does Spark lore or Alder? Was that okay, so technically both, April. So what's really weird is that that was Alder lore specifically. Alder was solving it, working on a case. And was solving this case, but it turned out that the case just tangentially was related to some events that I remember when I was playing Sparks. So the guy that they reference in the puzzle that Alder was actively working on is also the guy that dragged Miss Mortenia through the streets of Rhodes, and Sparks ran the general store after that, right? Like that was why I took up the store, right? No, wasn't that Curtis who did that? That wasn't him. Okay, who was that? Because I don't remember Ortega doing anything that was in Rhodes. I don't remember Ortega being in Rhodes. I remember him being out west. It was someone looking to find out who killed Curtis. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's even juicier. Okay, hold on, Hanny. You all may have heard this before, but I just came across it now and I have thoughts. Apparently, people are saying read receipts are either pronounced read or read. How do you pronounce it if it's not read or read? Oh, do you just mean it's like the yellow dress or the blue dress? It's either yellow or navy or gold or navy or whatever it is. You pronounce it read or read. I think it's read, but so many people are saying read. Well, it makes sense, right? Because either way works technically, grammar-wise, because you're either saying, I've read this, and it's the receipt that I have read this, or have they, one does not pronounce either way as they are unread and therefore never observed to be pronounced. Stop it. So I think it's read receipts because it's like, the present tense. Whereas read receipts is like they've already read it. I say read because it indicates it's been read. Right, but you don't know if it has or not when you're asking for the receipt. So that's why I say read, but it's either way. PB, you're good in my book. I don't care what they all say about you. Oh. But whereas I will say I've been left on read because they've read it and then left me there and didn't reply. Whereas I say read receipts because it's like right now we don't know. It's Schrodinger's message. It could have been read, but also they haven't yet, But yeah, I think either one works technically. But it's interesting because like we wouldn't technically have an official way to pronounce that because it's literally come about in the first the last 10 years. So interesting, right? Where it's just socially what people end up doing, and then that ends up staying in the vernacular and in our language, and then that ends up becoming something else, and years and years down the line. Yes, I say GIF peanut butter because people will crucify me on the internet. Such a weird hill to die on. Language is fluid and evolves, yes, but I say it like GIF, like the peanut butter. Mostly because that's what the original concept is. Yep, the J sound comes from the English word graphic. Oh yeah, like jail? How do you say jail? Gale? It's not like the English language has ever done that before. Sorry, I'm about to fucking come at you. I'm about to come at you! God! Goodness gracious. I love my graphics card. I love my I love my graphics card. That's not, that to me is still the hard G, right? Graphics card. instead of J. You don't say Giraffix guard. The OG did present a video when he received an award, so I take it from the man himself. Yeah, that's it. Like, he made it. He wants it pronounced that way. Fuck, I don't care. You know? Linguistics battle initiated. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Yeah. I think if we look at the, we used to have a command where if you typed this, Droidberry would reply with a novel as to why it's pronounced GIF and not GIF. But I don't know if I still have that code. Just because you made a word doesn't mean you know how to pronounce it. I mean, they made it. Like, if they did it and they wanted it to be pronounced that way, you know? Like, what? What do you mean? It's like Flickr and Tumblr and all this other stuff. If they're making it and they want it, this is how it's like Kofi. Kofi is pronounced Kofi instead of coffee. Come on, man. Yeah. Geriatric is a J sound. Yeah, there's a lot of words where the G sounds like a J. But I think traditionally it's usually followed by either a vowel, like E or I, which is why a lot of people go super hard and go, it's J, not giraffe. Yep. Yeah, it's giraffe, trench, which is followed by an I. Except the name Ginny. I think it's anytime it's followed by a vowel, y'all. Giraffe is pronounced with a J as well. I guess so. Yeah, it's pronounced ninja. Yeah. Ninja's another one. Yeah, there we go. Polly's got it. The sound of a hard G, which often precedes the non-front vowels. Yep. Gain, right? And then the soft G typically before I, E, or Y. And then the hard G. What the fuck? Oh God, ignore it. I love how I like put it up there to be like, yay, we have a daily goal. Sav is like, I'm so proud of you. And then I'm just like, ignore it all. Ignore it. Fucking ignore it. Now I'm pronouncing gone as John, except that doesn't work because it's A, O, or U. It's the hard G, and then it's I, E, or Y. That is the soft G. Y'all. Also, it's just the English language. We do. No! No! Thank you! But also, oh my God! Gift subs. Hey, Dio. How are you? John Jurl.
Hardcore!
Stop! Thank you so much. I appreciate. Oh my God, Sammy, what are you doing? Y'all, stop. Oh my God. Oh no. Ignore what exactly? Don't tell me what to do. The panic laugh. Oh my God. I'm English and you can go 6 miles down the road and things are pronounced way differently. Yep. Ignore it. How would I even? That doesn't even count, Trench. That's not even the correct. I think the reason why soft G doesn't work for me in GIF peanut butter because there's literally a format called GIF. Yeah. So it makes it difficult to. Which format do you mean? gift peanut butter. Oh my God, Zambi, thank you so much. Thank you, Anonymous. And also, thank you, Chai, for the random gift sub to Gone John. Imogen. Yeah. Ah! Why is it making that sound now? Forget GIF, GIF, peanut butter, go PNG. Yeah, exactly. Holy crap, that scared me out of my lurk. Also, thank you for the gift sub. Speaking of, when do we give Gone Sandman his ship? I have to message John real quick. John, I have your ship. I am holding it hostage. You have X days to respond. Or I will burn it to the ground. Or I will light it on fire in my fucking hangar bay. Hold on, there is a
hyper hardcore.
What is it called? Send it pictures if you're about to scrap it. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you, Anon, for the gift sub. Yeah, seriously. Chai, thank you for the gift sub to gift peanut butter. Oh my God. Y'all trolls. Trolls. Okay. Anxiety. There's hype train incoming. Can we all just stand still? Nobody move. It won't see us. If we could just not move. How have I streamed this long and survived, bro? I can't handle it. Stop. Oh. No.
Hardcore is in nega. Hyper hardcore.
Oh God.
Hyper hardcore.
Yep.
Hardcore.
Let's just get back to talking about playing Wild. Not playing Wild until we play Wild. Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm booting up No Man's Sky. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro. I will end the stream. I will turn this car around.
Hyper hardcore. Hardcore is in nega. Hardcore is in nega. Hyper hardcore. Hyper hardcore. Hyper hardcore. Hardcore is in nega. Hardcore. Hardcore. Hyper hardcore. Hyper hardcore. Hardcore is in nega. Hardcore is in nega. Hyper hardcore. Hardcore.
Thank you so much. Oh God. Oh my God.
Amnesia.
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna do this without barfing, okay? Now, thank you so much for 60 months. Riviera, thank you so much for the gift sub. Deadmind, thank you. Rolo, thank you. Oh my God. Leo, thank you so much. Maya, thank you. Hanny, thank you. Chai, Andy. I knew she'd say barf. I was waiting for it, dude. Oh, thank you for the hype train as well. Oh God. Level 8? Jesus Christ. I have to take my slippers off. My feet are warm. I'm sweating. Oh Lord. Oh. Whoever gets her to barf first wins. Jesus Christ. I'd get banned, bro. You can't puke on stream. Why is that? Such a random thing of like, you know, you can have a nip slip and it'll give you a week ban, but barf and it's done. You're perma. Why is that? Like, I can't help barfing, right? Yeah, like, what if somebody's sick and they just barf? Oh my God! Sit down. Oh my fuck. Look, you can just pretend I didn't do this, Zanzibar. Thank you. I can't, because it's 33 months. 33, the magic number. Thank you. Lily, thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate that. Oh my God, thank you so much for the gift subs.
I'm malfunctioning.
About to beat the last record. Oh God. Barf stream when? PBTV nukes in the chat, please. What's the record? I don't know. I don't know. Also, you got my friend Rob in there, so thank you for that. David, thank you so much. Chai, thank you so much. Okay, guys. Jan, thank you. I'm gonna die. Oh, sweet mother of mercy. All-time record shattered. That's pretty cool that it says that, though. That was neat. Okay, look, the song is ending. Yay! We're relaxing now, right? I'm flashing the lights in the classroom. All right? Yes, I've been nuked. Oh, God. If it's 9, it might as well be 10, right? Oh, can we get to 11? No. Oh, my God! I need the respirator, man. No mercy. Holy shit. Oh my God. I'm hitting the button again. Okay? We're having a grand time. Listen, lazy, now's not the time to throw in your Jif GIF peanut butter shit. All right? Oh my God.
Amnesia!
I have so much to say, by the way, about Emmett and Final Fantasy XIV, but I don't want to spoil anyone that may be playing through the game in here. But listen, okay? There are certain moments in your life where you're like, where you realize, where you kind of have an awakening about who you are as a person. And mine is definitely happening with Emmett. Okay? Thank you. Oh my God. Aqua, thank you so much. Olavi, thank you. And listen, allow me to explain, all right? Allow me to explain. So Emmett will say some crazy fucking shit, but to me, it's not crazy. I'm like, that makes total sense, okay? That makes total sense to me. I totally understand everything he's saying. And then he'll be like, cut to the rest of the fucking party, and everyone's like mortified by what he has said. And he's like, oh, don't look at me like that. Like, it makes sense, I promise. And I'm just like, yeah, I totally agree with him. What are you guys, what? Am I the bad guy? Am I a bad guy? Oh my God. Oh, Liesh, thank you. Oh. Sav sneaking the bits in by an emote? I didn't even know you could do that. It didn't even tell me you did it. I did not know that costs bits to do that, so that's cool. Anytime somebody has been in here doing big emotes, I didn't realize they had to use bits to do it. Oh my God. 11 is a crit. You guys want me to end the stream? You're gonna make me fucking cry out of nervousness. Fuck. Is there a number with a G sound at some point? No. No. It's the, okay, is this just what we're doing? It's the Gigantify an emote thing. Are we just now saying, you know, you're spelling it with a J. Gigantic is with a J. All right. You made me crit myself.
Hot cards in Nega. Amnesia.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the gift sub to Panic Attack Party. Bro. I'm gonna crit my pants. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. That should be a shirt. Quick. Let me just, in my panic, write it down and put it in the Table Story Discord, okay? I jizzed in my pants. Oh, Lord. That's just what we do in this chat now. Anybody who comes in here is going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Because they can't type. They're misspelling everything. And it's just us switching everything around. All this wild talks make me think of how I miss Imogen. Dude, I saw a photo of her the other day. Art of her the other day that I forgot was on my profile photo in one of the servers I'm in. And I was just like, oh, ow. Guess they'll just have to adapt. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, Tori says, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm here for it. Thanks for the sub. PB, it's so great to finally put a face to the name. I came across the Dark podcast earlier this year. Tori, can I take a screenshot of your message and put it in the Dark 3? We have like a little group chat, Murgles, Acorn, and I. And I'm just going to take a second to tell you, first of all, I'm so glad you enjoyed our podcast. Second of all, I'm really, really fucking proud of that project. Third of all, can I ask you what your reaction was to the final episode? Because we were really, really proud of that. So that, first of all, and then, or third of all, I guess. And then fourth of all, if you would like, I am running a tabletop RPG show that has very similar vibes to Dark, but Murgles and Acorn are both in it. So if you would like to see that, that's on Sundays, and it's called Deathless. And we have like a podcast version of it, but we also have like video versions and stuff like that. Oh my God, Hype Chest. Thank you guys so much. I didn't barf. I didn't shut the stream off. We're doing okay. Oh my God! What is this emote I got? Oh my God! It's so cute! What the fuck? Do I get this forever? Oh my God! What is this? Holy shit, dude! Did we all get this shy goose? What the fuck? Is that what it's doing, or is it dancing? Oh, I don't know what's happening here, but I love it. Holy shit. Oh my God. Bro, what the fuck? You all get the goose and I'm the only one who got you missed? Well, time to do it again. No, I'm just kidding. What did you get? Can you show us? Can you show us which one you got? It didn't show up for me. Oh, there it is. You missed. What is that? Is that golf? Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. Hold on. I'm pasting this message here into the Dark 3 podcast, okay? Oh no. There it is. Okay. Oh. So good. So good. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I know that I'm very bad. I know that I'm very bad at when you guys are crazy generous like that, because I get, trauma spike, but I really appreciate it. I do really, really, really appreciate it. It's literally because of you all that I get to do the creative things that I love doing for my daily life. So thank you. I will cry later. I will be like, but I do appreciate it. I know I'm bad, but I'm working on it. And I sat through that whole thing without barfing, but I do need to go turn my fan on. So I will be right back. I do absolutely need to turn my fan on now. Oh God. What is this? Does this button work? Oh, wait. There you go. You're my cat. Okay, I'm back. I also got myself a beverage. Is it a bit of imposter syndrome? No judgment. Artist here too. It's hard not to have it. I think it's a mix of a couple of different things. Obviously, the content I signed up for. Okay, here we go. You can have it back. I think I'm seriously out of breath, bro. Like, I was sweating and fucking panicking during that. Bob, thank you so much. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Thank you so much, everyone. But it really does spike my anxiety to, like, read that list sometimes. But thank you. I really, 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 really appreciate it. 93 months is no joke. So the easy answer would be to just be like, yes, it is imposter syndrome. But I also grew up in a cult environment where everything came at a cost, where nothing was given to you without something, like it being lorded over you afterwards or whatever. There was always something like, if I'm being generous, there's a string attached. And so it just spikes my anxiety. And I'm like trying really hard because obviously I'm in an industry where I'm a digital buff. I'm a street performer. I'm like I am in a theater troupe that is performing on a digital street corner, and you guys are like throwing tips into my hat, right? That's what I do. So I have to go, okay, it's just people being like, hey, I like what you're doing. Please keep doing that thing, But, it's, trauma doesn't work that way. So I'm trying. I'm getting better about it. We did our very first like subathon this last year, right? Which was Fallout. And then I did Mirth. I only did it like 3 times, which was like PBGM's chat through D&D. But I am working on bringing it back, and I didn't stop because I couldn't handle it. But yeah, we needed animation and stuff. That's a big thing to overcome. Yeah, it's difficult. And so that's also why I get really weird about compliments, since we're being real. And I'm telling you guys this stuff. Like, I get the same reaction when someone compliments me, where I physically am like uncomfortable and I start sweating, because it's always like, I just grew up being taught that if somebody compliments you, they want something from you. No one is nice unless they want some or expect something in return. So people will be like, oh, it's so nice. And I'm just like, please stop talking to me. Like, I just can't handle it. So I think it comes from that same vein. Whereas, there are certain people that I know in my life that can compliment me, and I'm, over it now. I can be like, oh, Yorman, I'm going to punch you. Yorman! But I'm getting better about that too. But, oh my God. If I had a nickel for every time I was raised in a cult environment, I'd have 1 nickel. Which isn't much, but Jesus would be able to use it to feed 5,000 people. Oh, God. I'm personally glad that you're able to deal with these intrusive feelings of guilt. Lazy grounding me immediately. I watch because you're genuine. I appreciate that. I really do. For the smallest amount of $1 a month, you could 5 potch a month. Dude, is that a thing? When someone is like, you did a good job, I'm usually like, I'm glad you like it. I don't like this panic, and I've never understood why I'm like that. Well, I mean, obviously everybody's different, right? And it's almost never one thing. And so for me, I'm sure there is a little bit of, imposter syndrome or I don't deserve this in there, right? But that also stems from my religious trauma. So for me, it's like I can all trace it back to, kind of that. And I need to do that so that I can be better about it. So when the panic is happening, when somebody's complimenting me, I can be like, calm down, you're fine, you're safe. They're just saying a nice thing about you, and it's just like, but without that piece of recognizing that's why it's happening, it's a lot harder for me to do it when I'm starting to time travel, right? I watch because I like to objectify you in a very lesbian way. B, stop. B can say nice things to me. I'm okay with that. B's one of those people in my life where it doesn't feel weird. It just makes me blush. Patterns learned in childhood are a project to undo. Yeah, we have a whole emote for it. Guys, PBTV unpack in the chat, or is it pack? PBTV pack in the chat. Like, I'm gonna deal with that later. It's put it in a box and throw it away. I don't want to deal with that. Yep, pack it, I think is what it is. It's wonderful, yeah. I'm sure a bunch of you have access to our emotes now too, because of all the generous gift subbing. We have some really killer animated emotes, man. Have you heard of the Silent Hill like game for children? Okay, first of all, what? Those things do not go together. Piglet's Big Game. They use the same sample music and recreate the sound? What? No. Well, it creeps me out that it's called Piglet. Piglet's Big Game. I just typed in Piglet and it came up right away. It's Winnie the Pooh? Stop. Should I play this? Should I play this? What the fuck? I closed it immediately. I don't want to know anything about it, but it seems all I saw was I searched Piglet's whatever Grand Adventure, whatever the fuck this game is called. And the first article was, I played this and it traumatized me. And I'm like, ooh, should we play it? I don't know how good it is, but do it. That's traumatizing. You know what else is really traumatizing? Brave Little Toaster, which was my favorite movie as a kid. Like, do you ever take a moment? Do you ever take stock of the shit that you used to love as a kid and go, oh. Oh no. Oh, this says everything about me. Oh God. Piglet's Big Game. Thank you. Child Silent Hill. Woman deeply afraid of pigs, pigmen. Yes, of course. No, well, it's Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. So I'm okay with that. That was my first thought though, Whack. I was like, well, if this has an actual pigman in it, there's no way I can play it. Because I can't handle that. Which is a whole other thing to unpack another day. Because that I didn't always have that growing up. Right? There's someone in the chat who's like a full-blown doctorate in psychology and knows exactly why I have that. Watership Down, I'm sure they made every child in the 80s watch that to spread misery. I never saw that, but that was one of my cousins. Like, they were like, don't, he was like, don't watch this. It was horrifying and you'll cry. You won't be able to handle it. And at the time I was like, when I was that young, I didn't have the don't tell me what to do, at least not with my cousin. So I was like, okay, thank you. I will not watch that. Hanny, thank you so much for the gift sub to Bees. Wait, B! I just found out the thing about the case I was working on as Alder. I just found out that it was your character. Wait. Wait, who killed the torturer? Because it wasn't your character, but your character was involved, right? I just found all that out, and I'm like, oh, it was such a cool mystery. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Oh, insert witty resub message. Thank you so much. Dude, with the pig fear in mind, I probably wouldn't play it, actually. Oh, yeah, okay. Piglet probably is the protagonist, but I could definitely see them using realistic pigs as a horror thing, like a reflection of Piglet. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably... I'll probably have to make somebody else play it. First. Or just check. I think you can check does the dog die, but for pigs, probably. Surely, that exists. I have not played Amanda the Adventurer yet. When I realized it was them, I was like, fuck, I can't be involved anymore. I mean, it was so long ago. You know, I guess. I mean, you couldn't solve it, but that explains so much, B. Because I was like, I don't want to take the case from you, right? Do you remember? I was like, we can work on it together. And then you were just kind of like, oh, it's okay. I'm just going to hand it off to you. And I felt so bad. I was like, I hope she doesn't feel like I'm like coming in and taking the case away from her. But the reality is you were like, oh, I can't be involved. The way I was with literally every other case on Alder. Dude, the number of times I was like in an office being like, oh, this is an exciting new case. The bitch in Guarma. And I was like, God damn it. Excuse me. I have to fucking leave the room. There was one where they were like, yeah, this Bruja in Guarma. And I was like, if you'll excuse me for a second. And then afterwards in our little like group chat, I had to be like, sorry guys, I actually play the Bruja of Guarma, so I had to leave the room. And Fist was like, oh, okay, because I didn't understand why you just walked out. And I was like, yep, that's why, because I'm the bitch. So like I wanted so badly to be involved. But also exciting that it's happening. But I felt so bad when I got meted on that one by mistake. Does the pigman.com. Is that real, Drew? Or is that fake? Pidge? Does the Pidge man? This is awful. Okay, I don't like this game anymore. I love the bitch in Guarma and I want to be intimate with her. By that, I mean we talk about our feelings in a very stunted way and then stab each other after knowing too much. Yes, 100%. 100%. Let's roll around in blood. It'll be great. It'll be excellent. Oh my God, my heart is still racing, you guys. We're okay. We are safe. Everything's fine. Y'all keeping me on my toes. One day I'm gonna have a heart attack. Be the first streamer ever to have a heart attack because of a hype train. She's mainlining mushroom coffee. I had real coffee today, thanks. And it was salted caramel, which is my favorite. We're demure. We're mindful. You guys are anything but demure. Welp, rip. Yeah, Whack, I needed it to function, man. I got up today and was just like, holy shit. You know? We're back to the shroom drink. I didn't have it today, but I do have it quite frequently. More Delulu than Demure. That's a fucking t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. More Delulu than Demure. Whack, can I show them the design for the Title Blade shirt? I don't think you'll care, but I kind of want to show you guys something that I'm very excited about. I don't know why. Like, Whack's gonna be like, why are you asking me? But, I mean, go for it. Listen, okay? Just... I had a reason of why I was asking you because I was like, I don't want to spoil the surprise of the thing, but you know, it's not like you can get it now. It's not out yet. But are you ready to see the Title Blade shirt? I'm also working on Deathless stuff too. I'm really happy with what we've come up with so far, but let me show you the Title Blades one because the Title Blades one made my heart like, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. All right, are you ready? I'm just going to put this up. I wonder if it'll let me do that. I was like, what do we do for a Title Blades shirt? Obviously, because we don't want to use like a Title Blades logo or, you know, anything like that. So, you know, but yes, it does work. Okay, you ready? Hit me softly. Okay, I think this will work. That's all it says. Are you kidding me? It's perfect. It's perfect. Dreamers daring to be heroes, man. Like, I love it so much. It's also just like applicable to more CSI Zoom, please. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. Enhance. Enhance. Yeah. I should have done that. Hold on. Clicking on the other angles, trying to see the other angles. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. I love the table story bit back here, guys. It's so good. And I'm sure there will be, like other lines that are said during the show that we can do or something like that. But that one was like, yeah, we got to do something like that. I do. It's so legit. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. It's applicable to many things other than just the show. You know? Yes, where no one can see it. Listen, okay? If I'm in charge of the merch, it's probably not going to have Table Stories logo on it on the front. Unless it's like a Table Story shirt. You know? Because I like the merch that's like, you know, the Lucky Rabbit fucking shirt is going to literally be like a bar shirt. Where it's established in 13 whatever. Or whatever the case may be. You know? But it's not going to have Table Stories logo on the front. It's going to look like a, you know, I like the immersive merch, man. Lucky Rabbit shirt. Yes. Yeah. For sure. I have a lot of very cool, like, Nocturne stuff. When was Table Story established? Before my time. I think it was 2015. Wack is in here and he may be able to answer. I think it was 2015. And then I hopped on board whenever, you know, I GM'd Stygian. Or after Stygian, really. It was after Stygian. Nocturne, I guess, is when they... Ghost Grabbers merch. I would fucking love a Ghost Grabbers merch. You know, where it's just like the channel or the logo or YouTube, you know, .com/Ghost Grabbers or something. The Table Story logo on the back behind the neckline would work as well. So I did that. I tried that and I just didn't like the look of it. I was like, no, not a fan. The thing is like, if somebody's like, hey man, I like your shirt, then it's like, cool. Yeah, it's from Table Story, you know, but I don't think I've ever, here's the thing. Have you ever seen a shirt and then seen a logo of the thing of the shirt and gone, yeah, I'm going to go there? Or do you talk to the person about the shirt? I have literally never been like, yeah, I'm going to Google that or I'm going to look that up. You know, I'll be like, man, that was a cool shirt, but I've already forgotten the fucking brand logo. Yeah, same Zelda. It's the same way. I love Table Story, but I don't think I'd wear one with just the Table Story logo on the front. Mergs did a really cool, I'm going to show you guys this because I know she won't care. And I think this is going to be one of our like Christmas thing. I would if I was going to like a convention, Drac. That's probably, you know, I would be like, yes, I want to show like Table Story. And yeah, the hoodie, the Table Story like main design. But the thing is Sav, is that isn't just the Table Story logo, right? It's the cool sword. It's the sword and the magic around it. So that's not even, you know, it's another one of those merches where it's like, you know, wink if you know, you know. Okay, Tori. I'll be sure to listen to the last episode of the Dark Pod by then. Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to spoil you that there was a cool last episode. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. The 5-year anniversary, Gary. Yeah, that's the thing, is that we knew we wanted to do... Also, like, I hope everyone knows, like, you know, say whatever you like. I you know, I am not going to be, you know, offended at all. But let me show you. So we feel very much the same way. Luckily, we all kind of, you know, all the GMs are like, you know, we don't necessarily just want something that's got like a huge, hey, we're Table Story and here's our brand or whatever. But I will show you the stuff that we did come up with that we really like. Because we knew we wanted like a 5-year anniversary thing that is celebrating Table Story and not particularly a show. So here we go. Is that this one here? Yeah, man. So like, first of all, this to me isn't the same. There's no Table Story logo on here, right? It's just the D20, right? Then you've got the cool symbols on the side, and then you just have the cool ass sword. The fuck, you know, like, you don't know what that is unless you know, right? So for me, that doesn't count. And then the same thing with the, like, you know, the shirt and stuff, and the bad dragon is really good too. That's sick. Yeah. This one was really awesome. This is like a reference to the original Dungeons and Dragons role-playing game. And Mergs did one like that, which I quite like as well. And this fucking hat, guys, I fucking love this hat. Hold on. I don't know how Brad wears like hats regularly on stream. I've thought about this before. I'm like, how does he do this? Where it like you can still see your fucking face. I guess he like tilts it up, but I can't do that with mine. Like it just looks, do I have a tiny head? You know, like that's the only answer, right? What makes it a dad hat? I don't know. That's just what it's called when you shop for it. A below average forehead? No, but for oh wait. Oh, no. I think technically they say it's a dad hat when it's like, you know, the round one and it's not the flat cap. Like Wax got the flat cap version of this. Brad has the black hat version of this. And I went with the baby blue. It's so good, guys. I wear it on my walks. I wear it like all the time. I love it. Yes, my love. I just tried to put it on just now, but my hair's up, and so I couldn't do it. Hey, we have an old baby here. Okay? I wish there was a zipped hoodie for that 5-year design. On it. Trust me. On it. I'm already on it for Christmas. Don't worry. Everyone's been saying zipped hoodie, zipped hoodie. I gotcha. I got your back. Because I'm with you. I did the zipped hoodie for Mirth and our No Man's Sky. It's the fucking way to go, man. It's so comfortable. They didn't have them when we did the 5-year anniversary. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. I just think we either missed it and didn't know, or we just went with, it's more expensive than the one that's the standard hoodie. So I think we were kind of like, oh God, you know, we don't want to force people to spend that much money just to get a hoodie. But I think like allowing people to have the choice. is probably good. The Mirth hoodie is the best. It's so comfortable. Holy shit. I love them. You have a Mirth zipped? Yes. It's just got Mirth's face in an outline on it. I love it. I gotta head out for a bit. Okay, Drac, I adore you so much, and I cannot wait for Wednesday. And also the other thing that we've been DMing about. Oh, I also am I am drinking coffee out of one of the merch things today, which is the Medieval Torture Is That All You Got mug. Sorry, I'm making that sound because my cat's being adorable and walking along the... Yes, my love. I love you so much. Love you so much. Mwah. 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 I love him. Oh, yes, that one is fire too. Yeah, it's one of my fucking favorites. I have a couple of other no Mirth face on the hood. No, but there is a new, I think, shirt that they offer where you can do something on the pocket. So I was thinking of having a Mirth peeking up on a pocket, which is really cute. Mwah. 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 Oh my God, I love him. Oh no, bees, are you sick? Look at my son, bees. Look at my son. He has resting bitch face, but I promise you he's very happy. I want to touch him, yeah. He's a huge cuddle bug, too. So adorable. That was like Minky. She had resting bitch face, too, yeah. I also I'm like, you know, when it's like, I'm not going to bring this stream down, but I'm just like, you know, his diabetes came back and I'm just like, he like wheezes now when I pick him up and stuff. And I'm just like, oh God, like it's on the way and I'm not ready. And I'm just like, I'm just going to squeeze you. I'm just going to squeeze you, you know? Ugh, I know. I totally get it. Yeah. It's just like that thing where you'll be like cuddling and relaxing with him. And then you just start crying because you're like, oh God. You sweet, sweet angel. And I got a new cat tree for him too. So I have to put that together. I'm going to put that together while I watch Gatewalkers today. He just lounges on my desk. I see my little guy getting older and I feel that so much. Yeah, like especially when they like start getting skinnier and stuff. And I'm just like, oh God. I also just lost a cat last year. And so some of it is me going, oh God, you know, this is exactly what happened last time. And I just am like, calm down. You don't know. My kitty acts like he wants to cuddle, but won't ever let me hold him just like that. Yeah, I'm very lucky. All my cats have been extremely cuddly. Like, and this guy in particular, he will sit anywhere on you. As long as it's on you, he will sit there. So like last night, I'm playing some Final Fantasy, okay? And I'm laying on the couch on my side, right? But then he gets up on my side and lays on me like that. Like he will curl up like here or, you know, just like on my ribs or hip or whatever. And he's like, yeah, this is the most comfortable place on earth is like in the bend of your side. Like what? He's just like on top of you that way. Like I've encountered cats that will lay on your chest, but not like monorailing on the side of your body while you lay on your side. He's just so cute. Just love on your Cheeto dust while you can. Yeah, exactly. You are his comfy place. Honestly, anyone is his comfy place. He just likes people. He just, you know, if you sit your ass down on my couch and you're visiting, he's on your lap. You know, like when Rob comes to visit, he'll be like, yeah, monorailing. Yeah. You know how they do that? Where they like tuck their legs in and it just looks like they're on a fucking track? He doesn't do that so much as actually sprawling out along you. Like last night, his feet were up by my ribs and his you know, his like head was on my hip and my butt. You know, he's just like, yeah, oh, I'm just going to lay out and sprawl along your side. Like what? My cat also does the same. Will lay anywhere on me, my chest, my back if I'm on my stomach, my side if I'm on my side. Yeah, it's very lovely. Very, very lovely. He's a sweet angel. And it's been like 18 glorious years or something like that. So I have to remember that too, you know? And he's a rescue. So I have to remind myself, like, rescued him. Very lucky. He's had a very long, loving life. I've gone absolutely apeshit in making sure his food is good and has, you know, like the right balance and stuff like that. And, you know, other than living in a small apartment, which I feel bad about sometimes, he's had a very, very, very good life. And my life is better with him in it, right? So just recognizing that, you know, he's enriched my life while he's been here is good too. I mean, obviously that's not going to make it any easier when it finally happens, but my cat acts like he, oh, yeah. Oh, I did read it. Okay. Perfect. I was like, did I read that? I did. Okay. The funny part is that my cat has no balance, so she constantly falls off while trying to do that. The funny thing about Pumpkin, which is the one who's just in my arms, is that he has no concept of pressure or like how much he weighs. So it doesn't happen like this now because he's lost a lot of weight. But before, he would step on you and it would be the most painful thing you've experienced because he's trying to walk across you. But for the 1 second that his paw is on you, his entire weight is on that paw. Whereas like my other cat would distribute his weight properly. So as he's walking across you, you're like, oh, okay, it's not the worst thing that I'm feeling in the world right now, you know, because he's fucking balancing himself. This idiot is just like, I'm trying to figure out where I want to be. And while I look around right now, I'm putting all of my weight into this one point on your rib cage. And I'm just like, please walk, please move. I don't want to move you, but oh my God. Oh God, Hanny. Oh no. Oh, that's awful. I don't mind it when I'm like on my period. I overshare, but like if I'm on my period, bro, I will literally starfish and be like, come at me, bitch. Just fucking do that shit right there on my uterus area. And I'm like, yes. Come at me with your full strength, Pumpkin. Oh, and so like he'll be like, I'm here to cuddle, and I'll be like, yep, here we go, let's go. What did I just join into? Just talking about how our pets will sometimes like need and must, like cats specifically will like need before they lay down. Oh, my cat Chad does the exact same thing. Their little pressure point paws can be so painful. Yes, under every other circumstance except for the monthly blood moon. Is that what we called it? Blood time. That's what it was. If it had been blood moon or moon time or something like that, I would have gotten it. But because it was blood time, I was like, are you diabetic? No. She won't, because you have to, you prick your blood when you're checking for, you know, your, okay, stop. It makes sense. All right. It made sense to me in my head. She will make biscuits, but she only does it on the few places that I'm extremely ticklish. Oh my God. I also had every intention, by the way, of playing some No Man's Sky this morning because my brain is dead, but we'll do that tomorrow. I have to start the expedition, guys. I have to start the expedition, and I want to see what people have been doing on the planet on our new build. And I think I have an idea for my build of what I want to do. I love how this comes back to rehaunt you from time to time. Yep. And John's ship. Well, John's ship, it just depends on when John's free. So that is nothing new. But we could start the expedition to get the Normandy. Because we definitely want to do that. Zelda, is that the clip? I'll kill you. I'll kill you. If roommate shows up, my groin becomes a springboard because I have to be very careful of my roommate's cat. I just read the last half of that out loud, Rolo, and then I realized that doesn't make any sense for people listening. So let me try that again, lurkers. Rolo says, I have to be very careful of my roommate's cat when she wants lap time because the second my roommate shows up, my groin becomes a springboard, right? Because the cat's so excited to see your roommate. There we go. There we go. That makes a lot more sense. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Also, that is actually one of Constantine's new powers in Deathless. Using a crotch as a springboard. At least one of them is excited about the roommate. Yeah, one of the pets, you mean? My roommate shows up, my groin becomes a springboard. It has a very different connotation. I know, Drew. That's why I had to go back. I gotta go back, Kate, and I gotta fix it. I gotta go back. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh my god. You know what is exciting about doing Table Story twice a week? Is that it's only ever a couple of days before the next one. So I'm like very excited because in like 3 days we do Tidal Blades again. Even though I'm this week is going to be me adjusting to GMing. I've never done 2 shows a week before. So I apologize in advance. Those of you who didn't, who are like, what do we expect from streams this week? Nothing. Expect nothing except that I will be trying to stream. Because I've never done this before and I don't know what's going to happen. We could just sit here and talk about a wild puzzle I never got to solve for an hour or 2. And that's fine. And then tomorrow we may play some No Man's Skis. But I have no idea what to expect this week as I adjust. It just means more cozy streams. Yeah. So the thing is like this, so on Wednesday, oh my God, TUFFA written in chalk. And above it, it says it's actually pronounced. Yes! That's so niche, but I love it. Just Tufa in chalk is pretty good. I found out I'm working late and will miss main character this Thursday. Gutted. Drew, that's okay. Like, it'll be there for you afterwards and we'll be so good about not. Tufa. Is Normandy like a cousin of No Man's Sky? The Normandy is actually from Mass Effect. So it's the name of the ship in Mass Effect. And there's an event happening right now in No Man's Sky where you can get the Normandy as one of your fleets. Hi. Big baby's back. And someone did say it's a longer expedition to complete. Yes, where you have to do just like a little bit each day. And we've been, I just haven't had the... Oh God, what's happening? What are you doing? Oh Lord. Oh God, pressure point. If you could just move over onto the... What are you doing? He's like, no, I'm just gonna plop on your fucking arm. So I I think I'm going to put a cat tree back here. Because he's been doing this lately too, where he'll just like lay on the floor next to me. And I think I could get away with like a cat tree behind me or something, and then you guys could see him when he's sleeping. You know? He wants to be near you. I know. So, but I'm thinking like right over here, I could do like a little tiny tree. I also have, you know, like this side of the desk, the left side of the desk is completely cleaned off for him. Normally, not right this second, because I rearranged everything. Was it yesterday or the day before, where I was like, I can't take this anymore. Like, I'm doing a 2 PC setup mostly for not this stream, but for tabletop stuff, for Table Story. And the way I had it before was, let me describe this for you. So directly in front of me, to my right in reach, is my Go XLR. Directly in front of me, next to the Go XLR, is the Stream Deck. And then obviously directly in front of me is my keyboard, okay? Then I've got one big monitor right in front, and then I have another monitor on top of that one, okay? And then if I turn to my right, there's a third monitor, and it's just kind of like off to the side. Now, I usually only use that monitor for like excess stuff when I'm streaming and stuff like that. The only reason I need 3 monitors is for when I'm GMing. There's no other time in which I kind of use this third monitor. I don't really need it. But for GMing, I did. And so for the last couple of Table Story things, for most of Deathless, I had it so that, because I had set up the PC and I was just testing it out. So I was like, okay, let's, this is the wall, which is where the other monitor is. And so when I first set up the computer, I attached it to this fucking top monitor here because it was easier for me to reach. And I was like, oh, this will be, easy. I can test everything out. And then I was like, why am I doing that? Because then it causes me to like look over here while I'm GMing the whole time instead of these two, which would make it very easy. And then this guy just is for the other PC. So I just I don't know. I just had a moment where, you ever have a thing where you're kind of like living your life and then all of a sudden you're like, I need to either clean my desk or I need to move this computer, and then nothing can happen until you have done that thing. You could be, I don't know, mid conversation with someone and you're like, I'm sorry, I have to suddenly now move my computer. I've been meaning to do it for weeks and I'm just now going to do it. And I cannot exist until I do the thing. I think that's an ADHD thing, which for me is PTSD because they have the same things. But you mean the only time I clean my desk? Yeah. Ooh, he got me good, baby. Oh my Lord. I don't know if you can see that. Whoa. Yep. Yeah. So it's all of a sudden you become acutely aware of the space. And you're like, oh my God, I need to clean. Or whatever it is that you decide, whatever it is that you need to do in that moment. It seems like they have extended the expedition. It should have been ending Wednesday, but it says there's 8 days left. Oh, Jesus, that is not a lot of time. Okay, so we're going to be doing that tomorrow and throughout the week, which is good because I stop it. How do I turn that off? It should go once a day and that's it, man. I'll fix it. Round 2, fight. No, it's one time a day. Dear God, it's all I can handle. It's all I can handle. Ridiculous. Unacceptable. Ow. I hurt myself. And by me hurting myself, I mean my cat really did enough. Like, it's like, ow. I was playing with Atlas last night. And, cats, man. They love non-toys, right? So I have all these very nice fucking toys. But the one he likes is the toy where he ripped the end off of it. So all that's left is just a string. He just chases the string around, right, nonstop. And so I'm like playing with him. And my dumbass does the very new cat owner thing of playing without shoes on or anything on my feet. And he fucking just grabbed at my foot because the stupid thing went over my foot, man. Oh, it got me so good. I was like, oh, Jesus, I'm gonna die, dude. Like hooked right into my toe. Ow. Just ow. So now I've relearned the lesson. I won't do that without slippers on. Cats, man. I should probably actually, I'm gonna go put polysporin on this scratch because it's cats and cats' feet and stuff. So I will be right back. 2 seconds here. You can have this very lovely baby who just does what he wants. Holy shit, guys. Hold on. I don't know if you can. I moved the little cat tree over here. And he's checking it out. Sniffing. Now he's walking away. But that doesn't mean he doesn't like it. All right. Because I got food out of the fridge and he smells that instead. Ridiculous. Okay. Okay, I'm leaving him up on the screen while I eat this leftover burrito from yesterday. Mm-hmm. I know. I know. If you are a little louder, they might be able to hear you. Or if I turn the noise gate down. Here, hold on. You want to talk to them now? Hmm? Or are you going to be quiet now? Because that's the way. Yep. Now that I turn the noise gate down, he goes back to being ridiculously, adorably quiet. Okay, bye. You know what I should do is I should just get like a cat loop. Like this. That's got Atlas too. And maybe more, and if my heart can handle it. That way we just have like a cat cam while PB is eating. That Blade Runner keyboard too. I had to unplug it because he was, laying on it. I think we all know that's just an Atlas charge plug. The foot over the keyboard is killing me. Dude, it's his favorite thing, man. It's to just lay all over everything. And rubbing his face on them. On everything. It's his world and you live in it. Yeah. Did I show you guys the cool new keycaps I got? I mean, they're not new anymore. I got them ages ago. But I was really fucking excited about them. Let me see if I can... What's up, honey? I might have to end stream early. He's literally pacing around. I think he wants to cuddle, but not here. He wants to cuddle on the couch. You all right, bud? Where'd you go? What a ninja! No idea where he just went. Okay, well, the sneaky motherfucker is what he is. PB, are you a sportster? Like a car or like sports? You probably mean like sport. Hi. Did you play sports? Oh, I don't think you're a car. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just didn't understand what you meant. I did play sports when I was younger. I played basketball, but I was too short. Volleyball, which I was really good at and I liked a lot. I also did track and field. And what else did I do? I think that was it. I think. Yeah. I'm probably forgetting half of my life right now. But I also did theater, and then my favorite sports became were in conflict with the theater rehearsals, so I gave up the sports to do theater. Tough Mudder. I did Tough Mudder one time, and it nearly killed me. So I will never do it again. It's interesting that you mentioned height. It's one thing on the internet. It's hard to know how tall people are. Yeah, for some reason, everybody thinks I'm really tall, and I'm not that tall. I wish I was that tall. But everyone's always shocked when they see Murgles and I next to each other because Murgles is really tall. And they're like, I would have thought it was the other way around. And like, you know, I loved basketball growing up. Like I was a huge Bulls fan, and I mean, who didn't love Michael Jordan unless you're trench mouth? You know, but did you ever meet Dan in person? Not yet. Not yet. Which I can't believe we still haven't met yet. I need to go see him and the creature, you know? Myrtle's looking down at you. Stop it, Kirsty. Stop. He and I are the exact same height, I believe. Oh, really? Yeah, Dan is another one where you're like, oh, he doesn't strike me as crazy tall, but he probably is. Okay, look. I love you so much. Ready, 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 ready. And he immediately gets down. Okay, well, we tried. And I know you can't see it, so I'll look at adjusting that so that you guys can see it. Oh, he's going in the little one. Man, when a cat uses the thing that you got them for the first time, I mean, not really, because this has been elsewhere and he's been using it, but I moved it into the new spot. So it has, hold on, let's see if we can, see if I have surely I have a screen here where we can just take a look. Sort of, not really. I'll have to move it, but where are we at? Where is it? You see that right there? That's the little short catchery that we just added. But on so that what you're looking at is a little platform for him to lay on, but right next to it is a little like house that he can go in. And he's gone. He was in there for a second and now he's laying over there in the sun. So never mind. I tried. Cats, man. But yeah, I quite liked basketball. I enjoyed playing it, but you know, I am not, you know, very tall. I didn't feel like I was like, you know, I liked basketball more than I liked volleyball, but I was really good at volleyball and I was bummed about it. I was like, I would rather be really good at basketball than volleyball. But when you're shorter, you can do the setting and the serving, right? Which I could do pretty well. I was like, it eventually grew on me because like anything does when you're good at a thing and you're like, yay, I like the dopamine I'm getting from, you know, being decent at this thing, you know? So it grew on me, but yeah, and it's a pretty high, it doesn't seem like it's a high contact sport, but it is, you know, like when you're serving, it hurts. And then if you're like, you're diving all the time and shit like that. So, honestly, I hate when people say, oh, you're too short for basketball. Like, okay, just don't play under the basket. I've gone up against people half my height and they could give me a run for my money at how agile they are. Yeah, that's true, but I wasn't. I wasn't. I like, even when I did, you know, track and field and whatnot, I was a long distance runner. I like, don't expect me to sprint very quickly, but I'll run a long time. And so when I was much older, and well out of high school, I was doing like HIIT every day, which is high intensity interval training, which is like, you fucking want to barf after 13 minutes, but then you're done. And then I was also running every day on the treadmill, and I didn't like running and track. Like, I could do long distance track and field, but it was not my favorite thing to do. It's fucking boring, dude. Like, I can't, you know, my brain needs to be doing a million different things. I can't be on a fucking treadmill forever. But I was like, I'm not exercising since, you know, I can't even walk 10 minutes without being out of breath because all I do is live my life on the computer. So I was like, I'm going to try walking on the treadmill and running, and let's see if I can get back up to my 8-minute mile from when I was in high school. And I was doing like HIIT, and I had worked my way up from like 10 minutes on the treadmill. And that was my goal. I was like, I only want to spend 10 minutes on the treadmill because it's the only way I can hack myself into doing it. Because otherwise I go, I don't want to do 20 minutes. I don't want to do half an hour. They say be 40 minutes on the treadmill. Kill me. I'd rather die. You know, so the only way I could hack my brain into doing it was to be like, oh, it's only 10 minutes, you baby. You know, and I mean, not that I'm advocating speaking to yourself that way, but at the time it was the only way I could convince myself to do it, was being like, it's only 10 minutes. That's no biggie. I can do that. So I would be on for 10 minutes. And at first it was like 10 minutes of really slow walking. But then I was like, I just like to push the limit all the time. So I eventually got up to the point where I was like running during those 10 minutes. And then eventually I was doing HIIT running, where I would be like, I'm doing my normal run, but then I'm going to sprint for a minute as fast as I can. And then I'm going to go back to the normal run for another 3. And then I'm going to sprint again. And then I'm going to do like a 2-minute cool down. It was still within my 10 minutes. And then eventually I snuck in 3 minutes of a walking cool down. Like I outsmarted myself there because I liked it. You know, I did it enough times at that 10 minutes that I liked it. And then I wanted to go longer and do more stuff. But I remember I got like a 6:45 or 6:50 something mile, which is the fastest I'd ever fucking done in my whole life. Never imagined. But that moment, I was like, man, it's what we were talking about earlier, about the boundary box that my players are in right now. And how a constant thing that I'm doing in my games is giving you a boundary, giving you rules, hoping you will break them. Hoping you will go out, you know, push those limits. There might be some stuff that the players push on and I'm like, no, that's an actual boundary. And that's fine. But the fact that they're pushing on it is really good. And it's that concept of like, once I ran that fast, I was like, I never imagined that I would be capable of running that fast. I always told myself I was not a short distance runner. I wasn't a sprinter. I was a long distance runner. And it's weird. And just to have that moment of like, the shit we tell ourselves, man, just take stock. Just take stock once or twice this week. If you do anything that's like self-growth this week, do that. When you find yourself being like, oh, I don't like this or I like that, just pause and go, is that actually true? Because shit changes, first of all. And second of all, is that just something I've been telling myself because someone told me that when I was young? You know, because somebody said to me, oh, you're too short to be a sprinter. You have to have longer legs to be able to sprint fast. You're too short to be playing basketball. You know, it's that stuff. Like how much of our lives are us telling what we like? The main one that I think most people can relate to is I'm not a morning person. Okay, so I used to say that all the time about myself. Oh, I'm not a morning person. I don't like mornings. I'm a night owl. The reality of the situation is I did not have a safe home when I was younger to be enjoying my daytime hours. Guess when I was the safest? At night, when everyone was sleeping. So of course I'm like, yeah, I'm a night owl, because during that whole period of my life, I was trained to feel safe and comfortable and good at night. It's just training, man. It's just habit. And there was one time last year or whatever, maybe I've been doing this for 2 years now, where I went, it must have been sometime after the whole sprinting thing, right? Because once I realized that I could run a really fast fucking mile in under, 7 minutes or whatever, I was like, nothing I have ever said about myself is true. And I have to reevaluate everything. But sometime after that, I went like, I've always said I don't like mornings, but I think it's just because I've been trained to feel safe and comfortable at night. And so it's years and years and years and years and years of habit of sleeping in till 11 or noon and waking up, and then staying up all night and feeling safe enough to be creative at night. And then it was like, okay, I don't even know if that's true. Like basic things I've said about myself, I don't even think that's true. So I'm going to try getting up early, which obviously is a disaster the first little while you try it, because it's a fucking habit you've built up for 30 some odd years, right? And then it's like, okay, but I can safely say now with 100% confidence that my night owlishness was literally only that. It was only habit. I don't like the way I feel when I wake up at 11 or noon. I feel groggy. I feel disoriented. I feel like I've wasted half my day, which obviously I could work on that. I could be like, let's break that mentality. Because if I'm up late, if I'm awake the same number of hours, I didn't waste anything, So I could reevaluate that thought process. I could break that boundary box that I've given myself, or I could just accept the fact that I quite like waking up early in the morning. And I do. Once I've done it enough where I am out of the grogginess of the habit situation, I can say I really do like it. I much prefer to create in the morning than at night. And the weirdest thing that I noticed is that my creation process at night is darker. There's like something, I don't know if it's like decision fatigue or just like a level of exhaustion that I get to after I've been doing things all day and I've been existing all day, where I'm more likely to be mean to myself during the creation process late at night. Whereas when I wake up early in the morning, I'm like, I'm having my coffee and I'm just, I'm just writing a thing. And you know what? Maybe we just scrap that and try it from a different perspective. Whereas at night, I'm like, God damn it, I hate this. And this isn't coming out the way that I want it to. And, you know, like I'm more vicious to myself. So why put myself through that? You know? Morning tidal blades, evening nocturne, lunch PBU. No, I think it's more insidious than that. I think it's just that I don't realize that like I will get frustrated with myself. I will have less patience with my own creating process late at night, you know? And I just don't like that. I don't like the way that it feels when I do it early in the morning and I'm like out on a walk, you know? God, if you had told me at like 20, like bitch in, you know, however many years you're going to be walking at 7 a.m, I would be like, old woman things, you know, like there's no way I would enjoy that. But I do. I like the feeling of it being a little chilly when I get up and go on a morning walk outside, and my brain is on fire when I walk. So I'm just like, this is cool. I'm listening to my grocery shopping music or whatever. And I'm like, oh man, this is a cool idea. And this is a cool idea. That's it. Right there. Sorry, just talking through it got me. That's what it is. I am my own hype man early in the morning, where I'll come up with an idea. And even if it's shit, my morning brain is like, that's a cool concept. We'll flesh out the rest later. You know, like, it's a good start, kiddo. Whereas at night, I'm like, no, that's fucking dumb. And I just like, you know, the internal dialogue towards my own creation process is much better in the morning. So, but I have to still sometimes I have to like, you know, fight the urge to stay up late, or, you know, I have to remind myself, because here's the thing, because you know, we all joke that I'm like, don't fucking tell me what to do, but I'm not like that. I'm like that to everyone, but more so to my own goddamn self. Like I am more so like that to me than I am to anyone else in my life. So I have to remind myself, and hopefully this is helpful to someone else listening to this, but if you do this, this is the only way I can hack it, is that I have to remind myself that that's what I want, not what I have to do or what I should do. Because when I have that thought process, like, oh, I should go to bed, it ignites that bit of like, don't fucking tell me what to do. I want to stay up playing Wild RP. I'm going to do it. But instead, if I'm just like, oh man, I just take a moment and go, oh, I'm going to feel that 11 a.m. wake up in the morning, and I don't want to do that. And it's more like, do I want to do that? I'll ask myself the question, because there are times where it's like, oh, I don't mind staying up super late right now because I'm having fun, and I know that I'm going to be tired tomorrow, but it'll be worth it, and I'm okay with that. You know, it's more just like, and it goes back to that all or nothing thinking thing, which I know a lot of us with religious trauma have, but it's just remembering that, like, you know, I think routines are very helpful for me as a person, you know, coming from extreme religious trauma. Like having a schedule and the routine of stuff is a safe feeling. Oh, actually, I don't know if that's from religious trauma. That might be just from a chaotic household, you know, where we like things to have a routine because it makes us feel safer. So like I acknowledge that routine is very healthy, but I also acknowledge from my religious trauma that having a very strict, you must do this, you must do that, blah, 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 is not good for me. You know, like I'm so broken by that religious trauma that I think it would be the best thing for me, but also I can't have it. You know, it's like a schedule where I got up and did the same stuff every day would just be so great for my chaotic household trauma, but my religious trauma won't allow me to have it because I'm just like, fucking don't tell me what to do. Oh my God. You know, like I can't handle it. So it's just like finding that weird balance between the two. But yeah, I think like telling myself, hey, this probably means if I stay up late, I'm going to feel it tomorrow. And I might not feel it tomorrow. Actually, I'll feel it the day after. Are you okay with that? And then letting me make that decision in that moment. Yeah, I'm having a great time. And I know that's going to happen to me tomorrow. but I'm okay with that. And also, I can be trusted to make those decisions. I'm going to repeat that because it gives me a really hard time. And again, I'm just speaking from my fucking experience. I'm not saying that I know the way it's going to work for you, but I know there are a lot of people in this chat listening that have the same life experience that I do a little bit. So it's like, I'm just trying to help with what I've learned and what works for me. But one of the things that works for me is reminding myself that I can be, despite my religious trauma and my upbringing, I can be trusted to make good decisions. In fact, I can do that, and so can you. So, and it doesn't mean that it has to be that way forever. So a key piece for me is like going, you are gonna stay up late playing Wild. This means that tomorrow you're going to feel a bit groggy and the next day after you're going to feel a bit groggy. Are you okay with that? And me going, yeah, I'm having fun, and not automatically assuming that I'm just now going to be, become addicted and lose my routine and do it every single night, going forward. There's a level of like not doom scrolling, but there's a level of just like assumption that comes with this sometimes, I think, of just being like, oh, you're saying you've already failed. Like, oh, if you stay up late, you're breaking the promise you made to yourself. And it's like, it's not all or nothing, bro. There can be nights where I go, I'm having a great time, or I want to hang out with my friends and we're going to stay up late and do this thing. And it means I'm going to be groggy for the next couple of days, but I trust myself to go back to what I want on a regular basis. I can be trusted to go back to what I want. It's just, honestly, it's the gift of being like, I can be trusted. Because with my particular religious trauma, and yours too, if you're listening, that's it, isn't it? You're taught from a very young age, you can't be trusted. You're a sinner. You're broken. Everything you do is wrong. Right? That is that fucking fundamental message that gets ingrained into our brain for our particular trauma. Obviously, not everyone. That is so hard to do. Yeah. But just remembering, I am all or nothing with everything. Absolutely everything. Dude, Drew, it is crazy, man. Best I can do is never a rested morning in your whole life. Oh, wow. Me. Okay. Yeah. It is super hard. And Drew, for me, the all or nothing, like, I'll catch myself doing that and being like, God, that's all or nothing thinking, man. It doesn't have to be that way. I can get up for a whole fucking week early in the morning and then go, you know what? I don't feel like walking today. And it doesn't mean I failed. It doesn't mean, because the thing is like, and there's a weird, dangerous balance to be had, because for me, and this is me personally, if I go, I want to start walking every day and make it a habit. If I don't walk every day for 3 weeks in a row, I'm not going to be able to do it. And again, here's me putting the boundaries around my box, but this is more learned behavior that it's a lot harder for me. I should say this. It's a lot harder for me to keep that habit up if I'm not super consistent during the first 3 weeks of a thing. And they say it takes like 4 weeks to make a habit, right? So it's that kind of idea. Like it takes me a while, but after I've been doing it, like right now, I've been walking 4 miles a day on average every single day. And there are some days where I walk 8. And then there are a couple of days here and there where I don't walk at all because I just don't have the energy to do it. But it's not like I go, oh, I'm never going to walk. And I'm just going to hope that you know what I mean when I say this. There is a level of you have failed when you think like, oh man, I should walk today. Because if I don't fucking walk today, then I've betrayed myself. I've betrayed the promise that I made. I fucking suck and I can't keep up with anything. And it's just like this fucking internal thing that goes on in your brain. And it's like, bro, it's 1 day. First of all, and so what if it's 2? So what if it's 3? I'm on my period, or whatever the reason is. I'm depressed. My cat died. I just trust that when I'm over that, I will get back to doing what makes me feel good, what makes me happy, what I want. And it's like, if I miss that one thing, it's like I'm ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Yeah, exactly, Drew. So really, honestly, the only thing that you can really do is just pay attention. be observant to when your mental behavior is doing that and go, hey, you know, stop yourself, correct yourself out loud. It's super, super awkward maybe to think about, but I will do that. I will be speaking, like I'll be on a call with Trench and I'll say something and then I'll go, actually, and then I'll say something else and I go, sorry, I had to stop and correct myself mid-thought there. Just be like, nope, that's not what I mean. I struggle too, but try to tell myself that every little step is valuable and try not to forego all the progress. So there's a weird balance for me as well, because I can't be too nice to myself. Because, and probably sounds insane, but if I'm too sweet to myself, my brain will be like, oh my God, like that's the fakest shit I've ever heard. So I have to find a balance with how I talk to myself to allow myself the space to be like, yeah. But that very famous YouTube channel that has absolutely wonderful yoga programs that everyone should do because they're great. I can't fucking stand it, dude. Because she's just like, and just be gentle with yourself and we love you and you love yourself and blah. And I'm like, I can't handle this. I can't. I think I did her program one time all the way through 30 days. And I think somewhere around the last time I was like, feeling it. It broke through that barrier, but goddamn. You know, like I can't talk to myself that way. I cannot do that. I'm going through this with using the elliptical. I did it once last week and I keep telling myself it's okay. I'll try again this week and try to do better. Okay, so I'm so sorry to call you out, Fizzle, and use this as an example, but you've just provided one of maybe the best examples. You didn't fail, bro. You used the elliptical last week. Hell yeah. You know, and I trust that you will do it again when you're ready. Like also when you're first starting to exercise after having not exercised in a very, very long time, you're not going to be able to just suddenly go every day. It's an unrealistic expectation, right? You need energy. You need all of these, you know, like so much goes into you being able to do the thing that you want to be doing. But I do trust, Fizzle, that I trust you to be like, yeah, I want this for myself. So I'll do it when I can do it. And it'll happen. It might be slower, you know? It's this whole fucking culture that we have now that we've fucking put ourselves into because of the 24-hour news cycle and social media is like more, now, and you have to be at fucking maximum. Because if you aren't, you know, I learned a whole other language in 60 days because I did nothing but breathe, eat, and sleep the language. It's like, that's great. Fucking power to you. But what? It doesn't have to be 120,000% maximum at all times, you know? You can walk once in the week and then twice next week and then 3 times the week after that, you know? What I hate is realizing how far I am from who I was physically before. I have that too, Hanny. I don't know how I hacked it either, unfortunately. Because I used to, like I said, I used to do HIIT every day and I used to run a mile at least, if not more, every single day, dude. I was very fit. And I'm just not now. And I remember like the last couple of times I've tried to do like a workout program. And I cannot even come close to what I used to be able to do. I'm like, God damn it. And my dialogue to myself is like, you fucking should never have stopped, you know, like, and it just goes like, why did you know, now we have to do so much more work now because my parents, bro. And I'm not even going to continue along with this thought cycle because I feel like it's going to be extremely triggering for people who are listening, but you know what I'm talking about. It's that. And it just starts. And it's like, yo, fuck off, first of all. Second of all, fuck off. And third of all, like, you know, slow is better than not doing anything at all. I now tell everyone younger than me, don't stop moving. And now with my hip, I can barely even exercise. Yeah. Can you do like, are you able to do upper stuff? This is me having no concept of how much like hip movement you can do. Because I feel like you can't really do that either. Because like even this, you're moving your hip, right? And the only reason I ask is just to give yourself some alleviating mental sanity. Like, can you do fucking curls or something so that your brain will go easy on you? Because the other thing too is I fell and broke my arm. And that's actually when I stopped exercising. So I used to do, I used to do HIIT, I used to run. And then there was a period of time where I wasn't running and doing HIIT, but I was biking 11 miles a day. And then I did that wedding and I broke my arm and they were like, you can't exercise. And I was like, oh, but I can go for a walk though, right? You know? And they were like, nope. No, you cannot. You cannot move your fucking arm, which means you have to sit there and not do anything for 6 months, bro. Brutal. And that was all it took to get me to fall off the fucking wagon forever, for years. Wow. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, it was... And it was two things, right? And now I'm immediately like putting pressure on the spot because it's given me phantom pain now that I'm talking about it. There's two things that happened, right? Was that the stairs with the guitar or the camera in the wedding? Both, Kirsty. So within a year of each other, or within 2 years of each other, I'm pretty sure it was only within 1 year, I tore my shoulder, my rotator cuff, supraspinatus or whatever the fuck it's called. And then I also did a radial head fracture or break on this part of your arm right here. And then here behind my shoulder. And it was within a year of each other, all on one arm. So the first one, I was running down the stairs. I slipped and I tried to protect both my guitarlele and my camera. And I landed on my elbows and tore my shoulder. Did a wedding the next day because I was like, I can't, if I go to the doctor and they tell me it's broken, I just, it's that whole PBU belief thing. If I don't believe it's bad, it'll be fine. I shot a wedding and then I went to the doctor and when they did the ultrasound or whatever it was, the technicians, they're not allowed to tell you anything. And I was like, can you see it? And she's like, yeah, but I'm not allowed to tell you. And I was like, okay, I think, but can you at least tell me, should I be going easy on it or something? Is it? And she was like, yeah, don't, that should be, if you feel pain, you shouldn't be doing anything with it. And I was like, oh, you didn't have religious trauma growing up. What? Or you didn't live in America is really what it is. She's fucking Canadian, sweet angel, fucking America, it's like if your leg isn't falling off, you better not be calling in sick or whatever, right? So I was just like, yeah, okay. But yeah, it was I was very lucky that I didn't need surgery on my shoulder, but I did a bunch of physiotherapy, and I can move it now, but it is very weak. My whole left arm is totally fucked, and great example. Did you see me correct myself? That's what you need to do. I want to do like weights with this arm to build up that strength again. Like I have lost my ability to like twist and open jars with this hand. It's brutal, dude. And also there's just like constant pain there all the time. So, and I know that if I built muscle, I'd have less pain. And I want less pain. So yeah. I got severely fucked up by a minivan, says Lazy. Almost died a couple times in the hospital. Jesus. But it's been real difficult to do exercise in a way anywhere close to what I used to be able to do. So here's the weird thing, Lazy. And I realize we don't really know each other that well, but here's the thing. I think there might be some disconnect between mental, emotional, and physical space. At least there was for me growing up, where for some reason my brain goes, my physical body is different from my mental body, and my emotional body is separate from my mental body and my physical body. Sometimes my emotional body will affect my mental body, right? Where I'm feeling an emotion and then that directly translates to me having a bad mood for the rest of the day. But there is, for some fucking reason in our society, or at least in North America, a huge disconnect between the body and the mental, or the body and the emotional. Like recognizing that, you know, you shouldn't, you know, your body is not separate. You can't just get up and go for a walk when you're fucking depressed, dude. It's hard. Everything's connected. If you haven't fucking eaten, that's why you're cranky, bro. You know, and if we're just now starting to realize like, oh my God, hangry is a thing. Like if I haven't eaten and I'm super cranky and the world is like ending, if I just, and it sounds so dismissive sometimes, but sometimes when I'm like, fuck everything, blah, 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 I will be like, bitch, eat a sandwich. And I'll eat a sandwich and I'll be like, oh, I feel much better. But it's just like recognizing that like, you know, and sometimes it doesn't help. Sometimes the sandwich doesn't help. And then you go, okay, something else is going on, which is fine, right? But like, if you're too sick to go to school, you're too sick to watch TV, it's that Rolo, but without the controlling bit, right? Because I disagree. If you're too sick to go to school, then all you should maybe have the energy to do is sit and watch TV, right? But it is that mentality. Like if I don't feel good enough to go on a walk, like if I'm, you know, not feeling great, or if I've just had surgery or been hit by a minivan, you know, obviously you need time to not just physically heal. Just because you're physically able to start doing those things again doesn't mean that you are mentally or emotionally able to start doing those things again, right? They're like, everything is connected together. And here's why, this is actually why I think people say like, just exercise, drink water, and do all this stuff and it'll cure your depression. Okay? Now I'm going to say something very bold and I'm probably wrong, but this is again my own personal experience. All right? Again, my own personal experience. I don't need to be on Wellbutrin if I'm exercising and eating well and drinking water. Personally, that's me. I'm on an antidepressant right now, but it's because I literally I think back to like when I didn't experience depression for a period of time, for a small window of time. It was after I graduated high school, right? And I got out of my house and I like left. I fucking left the country to get away from, you know, that religious trauma, right? Like, but I was very happy for a time and I was like doing shit. I was like cooking food every day and like, who the fuck is she? Where'd she go? You know, like I think about that every once in a while. And it was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 months ago where I went, oh, you dumb bitch. Like you were doing how much exercise? You were walking 5 miles a day and or biking 11 miles a day and or doing HIIT and or you were giving yourself so much fucking dopamine with exercise that of course you felt great. It's science, bro. It's like, it's almost like the, you know, the chemicals in your brain or whatever, blah, 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 all that stuff, you know, like it makes total sense. So of course I didn't need Wellbutrin then. And this is when I was trying to teach myself to be gentle about myself because I have the ingrained bullshit from my religious trauma that you shouldn't be taking any medication, which by the way is wrong. You know, some people have their serotonin or their dopamine delivered by their brain and some people don't have it. If you don't have it, store-bought is fine. Do you understand what I mean? Like that, like I wish that I had that as a kid, but I didn't, you know? And that comes with the idea too, that unlearning the medication anxiety was so hard. It's so tough. But there is also like, here's the thing. It's not all or nothing either. And that's the trap I think that exists today. It's like this idea that like, oh, you know, if you don't have it in your brain, store-bought is fine. But also recognizing that there is a huge issue, at least in my area of North America, where they will go, yep, and prescribe you something without going, all right, let's get you a plan and figure out what works for you so that we can maybe figure out what, you know, like what the long-term plan is here. There is an issue of over-prescribing and an issue of prescribing stuff without trying other things, or, you know, like both things exist in the same space. It's not bad if you need medication, but also we do have this other problem where corporate society is, you know, there are bonuses to people giving you meds, right? And so, you know, both things coexist equally and it's a bummer. But also, you know, basically, if you need the store-bought stuff, that's fine. Some people just need to get their serotonin over the counter because their brain doesn't have it. You and I, bitch, we need the same amount of serotonin to be happy. your brain just produces it. Mine doesn't. Cool. Like, you're not any different from me. We still need the same amount, but you know, it's that idea, right? So I'm like, hey, oh yeah, right. I had strong parental disapproval. Oh God, lazy. This is going to be brutal. Okay. Trigger warning for the statement here for those listening. I had strong parental disapproval of my medication, but that's also because a lot of what my mother went through surrounding psychiatrists was trying to beat the gay with meds. Oh, that's horrifying, lazy. Oh, that's, you know what? I definitely thought that was going to go the other way, where they were trying to beat the gay out of you or whatever with meds. And I don't know why I thought that, because you prefaced that properly. But that's always the hardest too, when it comes from a place of like experience, right? Where someone is like, this was my personal experience and it was fucking awful, and I don't wish this on anyone. And so then you're kind of like, oh God, well, you know, I have to. This is why I didn't tell you guys what medication I was on for a long time. I was always like, I am on something, but I didn't want to say what it was, because I feel like I have a responsibility as a streamer to be like, I don't want you guys to go, oh, I'll try that drug, and then if you have a bad experience with it, go fuck all of them then, right? But then I realized like I was probably doing a disservice to you all by not sharing what I was on, and then also like why I was on it, because there are probably a bunch of people that have a very similar life experience to me. You know, I just have to trust that you will also use your brain. And when a doctor tells you something, you try it, but then ultimately you go, okay, doctor, my experience, other people's experience, you know, like ultimately you know you, and you are responsible for you. So it's understandable. Yeah, but I also needed to be very clear that I'm not on an SSRI. I'm not on serotonin meds. I'm on dopamine meds. And I think that's like, it's like a huge difference for me. And I went in and I asked my doctor, like when my doctor prescribed this to me before I realized I was like really bad. And I got mad. I got mad at the doctor because it was his first time. It was our first time talking. You know, I went in for that stupid ladies' annual exam that I hadn't done in 5 years because it gives me anxiety. So I like went in. And it was the first time I'd seen this doctor, right? And he just is like, I also kind of want to maybe subscribe to you Wellbutrin. And I was like, what? You know, he asked me some questions. You know, he did like a little questionnaire thing where he's like, and, you know, where are you tired? And do you have suicidal thoughts and all this kind of stuff? And I lied because, you know, that's what you do when you're depressed. And he still wanted to prescribe me Wellbutrin, and I was like, fuck this, man. And I got so mad. I was like, you know, you don't know me and blah blah blah, and how dare you prescribe me medication right away and without trying all these other things. And then, you know, and it turned out he was right. He was very, 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 very right. And then, you know, like I had a moment where I was like, if I don't try this, I'm gonna die. And so I just like the next day I like got up and I went down and I got the prescription filled. And then afterwards I went and I called the doctor. This doctor called me. So I need you to know, like, I saw this guy. He prescribed this fucking medication to me. And then 2 months later is when I filled it for the first time. Then he calls me within 3 days of me filling this prescription to check on me at like 9 p.m. And he was just like, hey, I saw that you got this filled and blah, blah, blah. And I'm really happy that you did that. And like, just like bringing me to tears now thinking about it. And I was like, I had to be like, thank you. I think, you know, I have been on it for a week now and it's incredible. I felt something the next day. It was like this fucking hag on my chest was just gone the next morning. Like I could just get up. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it was just like a weight was lifted. Where it didn't change me. It didn't change my personality. I didn't feel all those things I was worried about feeling. It was literally just like I had the energy. I had the energy to give a shit. And I just, you know, like, yeah. And anyway, I was like, man, you fucking saved my life. Thank you. And he's like, I was, you know, just doing my job. And I was like, yeah, I don't care. You know, like, I know you don't want to accept a thank you right now, but like, I need you to know how grateful I am. You know? Anyway. I got sidetracked there. Talking about Wellbutrin, that was it. Right. So it's like, I wanted to be pretty clear to tell you guys, like, I'm on a dopamine thing, not a serotonin thing, because those are two very different antidepressants. And the dopamine thing is really good for PTSD, which is why they put me on it. Gives you a chance to do everything else you need to do to get better. Yeah, but all that to say is I think there is a world in which I am producing enough dopamine for myself where I don't need to be on Wellbutrin. But in that world, it is an excessive amount of exercise, right? Because of my, who likes using this word? Because of the abuse I suffered when I was young, I don't generate dopamine properly. That's what happens, by the way, if you did not know. If you suffer abuse or neglect or both as a kid, your brain physically transforms and does not provide you with certain things like dopamine. So my brain, because of trauma and PTSD or whatever, it does not produce the dopamine that I would normally probably produce under normal circumstances. Okay? So, of course, when I was fucking biking 11 miles a day, I didn't need Wellbutrin. But now that I'm not doing any of that exercise, I need the Wellbutrin. And it just like, it was like unlocking a weird fucking door in my brain where I went, oh, okay, that makes total sense to me. Fuck. And do I feel like biking 11 miles a day right now? There's no way in hell I'm just going to suddenly be able to bike 11 miles a day. Cool. So it's like if I'm not able to, or I don't want to, or I'm just not in a space of life right now where I want to do those things, okay, but that means that I'm going to be on Wellbutrin to balance that out, or I'm going to fucking feel like shit. So 5 miles then. Well, so I made this joke the other night that I was like, I had a thought where I was like, oh, I might want to try, I think I want to try weaning myself off of the Wellbutrin, which is, by the way, a trap. And obviously never do anything like that on your own without talking to a doctor. But sometimes people will be like, I feel really great and the reason you feel really great is because of the medication you're on. And so there is a risk you run where you're like, I feel great, I don't need the meds. And then you get off the meds and then there's a huge plummet. And then you're like, and I want to die and all this crazy stuff. So obviously there's a huge danger there in that regard. But I actually think the reason why I was like, oh, I think I want to wean myself off the Wellbutrin is because I'm walking 4 to 8 miles a day right now. And I feel really, really good. So now I'm like, ooh, I bet I could maybe wean off of this and just see what happens. But then I was like, I'm too tired to try that. If that makes sense. Like, I don't want to go through the and I'm on such a low dosage. Like, I'm on a lower dosage than the average prescribed dose. So it would be very easy for me to do like one every other day and then slowly wean off and just see what it's like. But I don't want to go through the trouble of it. Like, what if now's not a good time to wean off of it because I'm running 2 shows, but I will say it's not an SSRI, so it's not like I'm going to get brain fog or anything like that. But I could get insomnia. Through events out of my control, I've had to quit an antidepressant cold turkey twice. I will never take one again. Yep, there you go. So that's another life experience, right? My sister's had that happen too, where it's like she just couldn't get it her prescription filled. And it was like, that was also why I didn't want to go on meds for a very long time. Was like, I don't want to be reliant on that. And I can't rely on I don't want to rely on myself to remember to go fill my meds. Right. I'm realizing why people get addiction problems with pain meds. I'm not taking anything crazy, just over the counter, but it's so frustrating that I'm always hurting. I try not to take stuff and then the pain is brutal. Okay. So Hanny, obviously talk to a doctor. But I had to go through this with my shoulder, and I don't know if an American doctor will tell you this, right? Because I didn't know this until they told me here. But, and it was like one random comment from somebody. And I went, wait, what? I had seen many doctors up until this point. Nobody mentioned anything because they just assumed it was known knowledge. However, pain management, proper pain management during an injury like your hip and or my shoulder is extremely important, because you can have phantom pain for the rest of your life if you don't manage it properly. And that blew my mind. I did not know that. So they had to tell me that so that I would actually take my pain meds too, because I was also like, I don't want to, you know, I was like terrified. Like, I can't be trusted. I'm going to be addicted. The addiction runs in my family. I can't be trusted to have a, you know, like, I'm worried that I'm going to get addicted to these pain meds, you know, but definitely, you know, talk to your doctor about that, because if you aren't taking enough, you know, then you do run the risk of having, you know, pain. That's the exact thought for me. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Hanny, and again, I'm only speaking from my personal experience, right? You know, addiction does run in my family. It's why I didn't touch a drop of alcohol until I was, you know, 24 or something like that. I was just like terrified of anything. But, you know, you can be trusted to, you're self-aware enough to think that, to worry that, then I think you can be self-aware enough to know that you can trust yourself to be like, set boundaries and stick to those boundaries. For example, talk to your doctor, obviously, but like, I want to be on this 3 times a week, no more than that, right? And then check in with yourself. If you find yourself starting to bargain with yourself about having it beyond the boundary, then you're starting to hit yellow zone, right? You're in the yellow light zone. So I think like that's something I am actively going through right now as well for my PTSD stuff. So they are, what worries me right now is the long-term impact of these pills on my organs. Yeah. So it's like, do I want to, I also don't even know what you're on or what they're prescribing for you, right? I wonder if they would allow you to do something else like CBD or something like that. I don't know. I know you're in an extreme amount of pain. Being able to actually have conversations with my doctor has been so important in handling my meds. Yeah. My doctor saved my life, and then COVID hit, and then he left to another province. So I have lost the amazing doctor, but then I got lucky with another one who I've never met face to face yet. I just straight up was like, this doctor went, you need to come in for your annual woman's thing. And I just straight up was like, I'm not going to do that. I said, if you say you can't get these meds until you do this thing, I won't do it. And then I won't get these meds, and I'll have to quit cold turkey, and I'll do it. I was just super honest with him, and I was like, I'm sorry. I know that's annoying, but that's exactly what's going to happen. And then he went, okay, I'll prescribe them to you right now over the phone. Like, I'll do that. That's fine. And then if you can, you know, will you consider coming in? And it fucking worked beautifully. Like, the motherfucker has dealt with religious trauma before, because he guilted me instantly. I was like, okay, you know, you've done this very nice thing for me, and now I feel like I have to. Like, I did it to myself, bro. Like, within 2 months, I was like, oh man, every time I went to go refill the prescription, I was like, I should go do that thing, because I know he really wants me to go do that thing, and I feel bad now that I'm benefiting and I am not doing the thing. So I just, you know, like, oh, fuck off with the quest failed, bitch. I'll fix it. Don't worry. No one failed. I hate that. I hate that so much. Anyway, so, you know, I ended up going in and doing my fucking annual exam that I normally do every 6 years, you know, much sooner. But my God, I fucking remember that. That was an awful day, dude. I went in to go do that stupid thing, the ladies thing. It's awful, you guys. It's terrible. And we'll never tell you that. We'll never tell you how awful it is, but it's awful. Okay. Fucking, you know those things that are like TikToks that are going around where it's like, oh, my boyfriend's the best boyfriend because when I'm on my period, it provides like chocolates and shit like that and just allows me to stay in bed all day. No. That's nice. That's wonderful and everything. But that fucking annual exam, bro, that's when you do the chocolates and the steak dinner, dude. I'm so proud of you for doing that awful thing that you hate. Anyway, So I went and I did that thing and it was fucking terrible and I hated it. And then my car wouldn't start in the parking lot, so I couldn't leave. I was like, kill me. My car died, which means it's been... Uh-oh. I may have just realized how many years it was since I went and I got that done. Oh, no. It's my old car. Oh, no. Oops. Yeah, but I went in and I did eventually do it, and that was good and blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, this doctor's great. This doctor's great because he'll allow me to do a phone call check-in for my Wellbutrin rather than having to go all the way down there. Because that's the other thing too. It's there. That doctor is very far away from me. But yeah, this reminds me I probably need to go have my nuts squeezed. Yes, please, everyone, get your nuts squeezed. Get your uterus checked out, especially if you're over 35. No fucking joke. It should be every year if you're over 35, okay? Please. Oh, women. You gotta do it. It sucks, but you gotta do it. Every year, okay? Every year. Until you have menopause. All right? Also, don't wait 3 years to get your eyes checked. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody go get checked. It's annoying, but it could save your life. Wow, I've just been rambling for 2 hours. I've suddenly become so self-aware that I've just been rambling about fucking mental health for 2 hours. Oh my God. And now I'm feeling the imposter syndrome of it. Like, well, what do you know? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I've been pretty good about being like, I don't know anything, y'all. This is just what I have figured out about myself in the past, 30 some odd years. Yeah, lazy, for real. What if you left your body during the hype train and it only just now came back? That's probably exactly what happened. Your quest is failing is so comical to me. Support stream. You were literally doing that. I know. I can't. I have to figure out why it's doing that. It's like resetting a timer every hour. Why? It's because it's probably like a subathon. It's probably a subathon alert, which would make way more sense to me why it's on a timer. Did I show you guys my bread keycap? Space bar, a loaf of beautiful bread, another loaf of beautiful bread. Yum. Yeah, I'm super into it, although I am noticing that there's like something peeling off of here. It's probably the coating on the top, which means now I don't want to use this. I want to put it on display somewhere or on my like fancy macro pad that I use every so often rather than letting anything happen to it. But things are meant to be used, PB. Needs varnish. Yeah. Hi. Down here. Want to get up on the desk? What do you want? I still have to schedule any kind of doctor appointment, but doing that shit tomorrow. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, Hanny, Oh! Thank you! Whoa, 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 whoa! What? Thank you very, very, very much, Sergeant. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 5 gifties. Must pay the kitty tax. Buddy. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and lick my fur. Adorable. Dean. I was gonna say like, you got Dean, but I didn't want to call you out a lurk if you were lurking. So that's super cool. Yeah, anyway, I had this thought that I was like, oh, I feel like I could I just am curious, really. It's not that I feel like that's a whole other thing to think about too. And this is me going back to talking about getting off of Wellbutrin, is like, do I want to get off Wellbutrin because I still have some internalized issues with taking meds, or do I want to get off Wellbutrin because I'm curious to see if my theory is correct? And it's the latter. I'm curious to see like if what level of exercise keeps my brain in the spot where I'm on Wellbutrin. So I'm curious to know what that number is. And also, I don't know how this happened, you guys, because we got the treadmill that goes under the desk ages ago, and I was walking fairly regularly on that, and then I stopped walking, and all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I think I hit a sweet spot, and I don't know how I did do that. I think the sweet spot is 4 miles for me personally. Once I started walking 4 miles regularly, I then was like, I like this. You know, for me, there's a sweet spot between when walking or working out feels like a chore and then when I like doing it. And I get antsy if I haven't done it yet. Like I have extra energy and I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, and so I think for me, it's that 4 mile, whatever dopamine level I get out of walking those 4 miles was enough. Because then all of a sudden I was like walking outside in the morning, and then I was still doing my walk at night. Like, and I looked forward to it, and I was like, I can't wait to walk. Who says that? Me, after I hit the sweet spot, you know? Nerd. Yes. Okay. You know what he's saying? Hi. Yeah.
Bitch, it's 3:30. We're supposed to be cuddling on the couch and watching Gatewalkers.
Do you hear him? Oh, okay. Yes, my darling. If you want a dopamine shot, there is more fan art. What? Okay. Oh my God, Zambi, are you here? Zambi! Oh my God! Yes, my darling. He's fucking sitting down there staring. Like, hey, bitch. Hold on. I'm on top of it. Don't look. Don't look yet, Zams. Oh my God, there's more. Oh my God, there's more. Oh. Holy shit. Okay, I'm collecting it all. Don't worry. I'm not just like looking at it and then not sharing it with you guys. Oh my God. Okay, you ready? God, I love their art, dude. They also did like a, if I remember correctly, they did like a, oh, hello. Welcome in. How was the game? I have to peep your VOD. I hope you're having a great time with it. We're just about to look at some fan art here. All right, here we go, y'all. Alistair was playing the ridiculous Monty Python style game. Oh, Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's what you're playing today? That's not Monty Python. I meant the other one. The Death of the Reprobate. That's what I thought. Okay, look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this.
Look at it.
So good. Stalker and Fen. So good. Aye! That's Zambi's character and Mergs' character, dude. Holy shit. Ah! Deathless fan art. Yeah, man. So good. I was still thinking Wild RP. No, it's from Deathless. I was very confused for a minute. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. A show that is never dry. That is awesome. Yeah, that is super, super good. Also, Alistair, thank you so much for the raid. I was literally about to end. But can we get a shout out for Alistair, please? Please go give him a follow. What is never dry? Dry but leaves you thirsty. Deathless. Oh, I didn't show you guys the shirt that I was working on for Deathless. I have a couple of them. But the one that I really like is I like it best when they say yes. Which is just like a wholesome fucking message, dude. Yes. Yeah. You should. Yeah. I'll show you the mock-up of it. Hold on. It's pretty good, if I do say so myself. Oh, I have to get it. Hold on. I have to get it from here first. Okay. Because the thing with Deathless is I want to do like, you know, 1995-ish style if I can get away with it. I didn't go to the gym today, so no point in keeping up the routine going forward. Yeah, Philip, it's rough. Okay, so here we go. Bam, baby. I like it best when they say yes. It's so good. Ah! I love it. Absurd. I also, it's great. Yeah. I also want to do one that's like, it's just a wanted poster, or like not a wanted poster, a missing cat poster. That's Ricky Schroeder's cat. Cause it's like such a one joke thing that happened, but I love it so much, man. And then it's just got Ricky Schroeder's number on it, you know? Wanted, dead or alive, or missing, could be dead or alive. I don't know, man. So good. Fucking. Oh, I love it. Love it so much. Reward if returned dead and alive. Yeah, exactly. Could be dead and alive. Yeah. Reward if returned dead and alive. So good. I love it. This chat is appropriate. Of course. We all have PBU brain. Yeah, we do. Okay, we're going to go ahead and raid over into Gatewalkers. I am going to walk. I'm very excited, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to lay with my cat. And then I will walk. But I will be back tomorrow at around 11 a.m. Eastern. I was only late today because I was watching the end of Silent Hill 2. But I will be on time tomorrow, and we will be out in space. I want to take a peek at some of the builds that are happening on our community planets, and I want to just reassess, like where I am and what I was doing. I think I was in the middle of something. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to some chill space tomorrow, if everyone's okay with that. So I will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Bring your coffee. I have to interview another candidate for an opening. Ooh, that's exciting, Lazy. Oh, yes, I can't wait. Yeah. So I just wanted to say thank you for everybody for being here today. And I know that we talked about some serious stuff. And so thank you for that, too. But this is me riding that line between being too nice, you know, being too nice. But just remember to be kind to yourself, which is fucking awful because every fucking person and idiot on YouTube says that shit. But after context of what we were talking about today, that's what I mean. You know, catch yourself when you're doing that shit, right? Thank you for the discussion. A lot of us needed it. Yeah, I try not to, sometimes this just happens. This isn't the first time this has happened where we talk about like mental health shit for 2 hours, but sometimes it just comes up and comes out, and it happened today and I'm okay with it. I might in a few hours be like, oh my God, I have to delete that VOD, but I think we're okay. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out, and thank you everyone for talking about some of the stuff that I deal with, because it helps me, those other perspectives too. So, okay, let's raid Gatewalkers. I adore you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, where's the Twitch chat? What? Oh, there we are. Okay, I got it. Here we go. Oh, wait, we have to do this. Oh. That's not the Monolith song. I just want the egg to dance, I think. Oh, that's a great idea. I literally should be initiating the raid right now, but I am too busy finding this. Anime as fuck! Take your pills, you lovely being. Thank you. I will. I just don't have the energy to be wrong, you know? I don't have the energy to be wrong about it, and I'm sure there will come a time when I want to try weaning off the Wellbutrin to do the experiment, but now is just not the time. I don't, you know? I just don't have the energy. And that's okay. What is happening? There we go. Bam. You know what I gotta do? Oh, no. Oh, no. I want to make a fucking anime exit to this song with all these emotes that Mergs has done for us. Holy shit, dude. Fucking wonderful. Fucking wonderful. Yeah, I should do the jam too, shouldn't I, Maz? The dance. Oh my God. And make the little... Here's the thing, guys. Mergs has been working on a VTuber for us. Like a PB VTube. And dude, she did like a first pass, and I was like, I love this, but all the reactions are like cute and normal. Can we do one where all the reactions are fucking extreme and hilarious? Like, make it ugly, bro. And she was just like, okay. And then, oh my God, the shit she's come back with. I just can't wait. I can't wait to share it with you guys. If you're not pissing your pants, it's not funny enough. So I'm very excited. Okay. I'm very excited. All right. We're going. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Did the raid cancel or go through? What just happened? Did somebody Hello? Are we still here? Is it over? Rutabaga. It went. Okay, thank you. Well, wait, how did you know to reply to me? Are you just still here? Probably borked. Okay, I'm going. I'm doing it again. The raid has been created. Oh my god. I switched back. Okay. It says there are only 8 people here. So, okay. Let's do it again. I'm hitting the button. Bye, I love you. It still didn't work.